Think I'm inside Penny. Think I'm inside Penny. All right, let's go. Damn it. I was trying.
Can't hear you.
Now is the perfect time to throw your stories in there, Matt.
All right, one more thing. There we go.
All right.
All right. So anyhow, we're going to start this all over again. We're going to run some stuff. First things first. Our players have been dealing with a sort of a challenging tactical situation. What's been going on for them in the dungeons of Castle Blackmoor, and we're at episode 33 at this point, is they've gone down into the second level and they've confronted a series of warring factions. There was some Orania, the spider folk that they've been fighting, and some Ettercaps, a bunch of undead that they sort of blundered into, and some orcs that seem to be sort of have a base of operations probably on the lower levels, and they think there are some more of the Ratmen and the War Rats that have been down here. And so they've been dealing with them, and they've sort of been bouncing off their defenses and skirmishing with them and fighting their way on the floor to get a presence. And you've got a number of warring factions. Now, the players were able to establish an initial relationship with an Orania matriarch called She. And her name is She because they really couldn't speak her language. And what she did is maybe, possibly establish a relationship, establish an alliance. She's been alienated from her own people, and so she's been working with the players, at least initially. And one of the first things the players did after they established this relationship, they went into this long, empty hall, which you can see on the screen there, and it was filled with all sorts of clockwork creatures and machinery. And there were, as they were dealing with and fighting the initial inhabitants of the room began to activate additional constructs, taking them one at a time down into the floor, activating them and deploying them into fight. They managed to deal with them, although it was pretty tough, pretty rugged fight for them. And Genebink was actually sort of placed in a really, really challenging situation for right when we ended last week to really save our friends and keep, all of the constructs that were present from animating and attacking them. Jenna Bink had to smash what she had identified as the control module for this room. And, if you've been watching the stream at all, you know how committed that character is to arcane science and to all the things that go with it and on that quest for knowledge and understanding. And so that's kind of where we ended last week. The players had just managed to fight off the clockwork that they'd encountered, and Jenna Bink had taken her warhammer and smashed the control module, causing all the machinery within all the clockwork in the room to chug and grind to a halt. So, couple things on my table rules, just so everybody's aware. Thing one, we try and be in character as much as we possibly can. We all get excited. We're not always in character, but we really try to do. And what we do while we're in character is we discuss things, we understand things, but we know that our NPCs are present and aware of what's going on. So if you're having a discussion about specific tactics you're going to use to mislead an NPC, the NPC is going to hear that and they're going to respond in kind. If you say something sort of off the cuff to an NPC as you're trying to work through your thoughts, well, you're going to be assumed to be in character, and the NPC is going to take what you say at face value. As Matt learned last week, or as Penny learned last week. Finally, the other thing we do is we use the dice tower for almost all skill rolls, some saving throws, and never ever really for combat rolls, very, very rarely actually. And what that does is I provide feedback based on the roll. The players respond to the physical environment I described, not the mechanics of the roll, and we think that helps everybody stay in character. Now, all that being said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give all the players a chance to talk about where they're thinking about this week, things they want to deal with their character, and what they're sort of looking forward to. And I will start with Delbert because he is top of the order.
Well, I'm gronked out at the moment, and I'm thinking that these statues need to not be upright anymore, or on the little iris that they're on. And then I'm probably going to proceed to smash all the doors I can find just, while I'm gronked out. Maybe rip apart some machinery. Unless Jenna Bink can think of a way to stop me, that's what I'm planning on doing.
So I think that's some interesting and going to be fun choices. So Penny, where are you at?
Well, I would first like to point out that Penny did not learn anything from her diplomatic experience last week and will continue to be Penny in all future diplomatic experiences because that's how she rolls.
And it was outstanding.
And two, Penny also probably realizes that there's not just automations down here, and we probably made a hell of a lot of noise with these things. And we also have not fully secured the area, so she'll probably want to work on that and also probably see to the moral fortitude of the party after a certain member had to destroy the thing she prizes more than, life itself, basically.
PJ, let's hear what's going on with Idris.
So I have drawn a reenactment of the thing blowing up behind me when Jenna Bink smashed it. It's amazing. It looked amazing. That's what I saw when it exploded. The sad thing was, Idris probably could have read it with his amazing evilish magics. He probably could have figured it out if he had 20, 30 years down here. I mean, but everybody's got different timelines, I guess. He's actually curious what else is down here because there's floating metal balls. He's watching Delbert over there tug on that big old golem thingy. And he's just wondering, really, is it worth it to fight machines when orcs and undead and stuff are so much squishier and easier to kill, These things are really, really solid and not a lot of fun.
So Delbert actually has just taken a potion of Hill Giant Strength for everybody out there on the stream. So what he did is he immediately started shoving over the clockwork that hadn't been activated to make it so they could not be activated and to disrupt that process. So, and Jen, let's talk about where Jenna Bink is, okay?
Well, first of all, I need everyone to understand that, Jen the player had the choice of either destroying something, which is very easy, or trusting Fantasy Grounds to not effing roll a 1. So, just so you all understand where my brain was at, I'm like, but I could roll a 20. No, this is Fantasy Grounds.
And that's where statistics suck.
Right. But aside from that, Jenabink is currently in that I have just been playing with, the most valuable thing in the world, and I have dropped it. So if anyone starts moving pieces and crap, she is going to go ballistic, and she is just, it might be that time of the month for Jenabink. That's all I'm going to say.
So, just to give everybody a quick summary of what the creatures were along the wall there, let me pull up those images for everybody. So, you had seen a couple different types of constructs. So, let me grab them here for you real quick. You had seen, let's see. The Abomination, all right? And these had been something relatively new that you'd run into. So you'd run into some of these, and 2 of them attacked you. One in the hallway before, and then one here, and then one that was activated. So you had found one of those. And then the other thing that you had encountered, and you encountered some of these upstairs, and Delbert actually just flipped 2 of them over. Were these things. And if you remember correctly, those shot fire. Also, they made the ground slick, and they were pretty challenging to fight. And then the last 2 are a little bit smaller, and they were challenging in a different way. These were the things that utilized the halberds and seemed to be able to make a burst of multiple attacks. So on the far left were 2 of the Abominations, and the Abominations, one of them is somewhere in the pipeline, frozen somewhere in the Guring. One you destroyed, and 2 big, large gray Myrmidons had been knocked over. And the 2 soldiers are standing upright now. Now, the soldiers are man-sized. They're not going to be as challenging to flip over as the others were. So all that being, so that's kind of where you guys are in terms of what the inventory is. You can hear to your south. You can hear to your south some combat going on off in the distance. You can hear yells, you can hear voices, you can hear different people engaged with different voices. Now, that's just for the sound. Go ahead and give me perception check, specifically to see if you can identify the voices. All right. You guys are hearing, you can't really make out distinct sounds. Some of the voices are high pitched, some of them are in coet roars. So there's combat south of you going on, there is. You can hear it on the other side of this door here. And off here, you can also hear some sounds going on. All right. So Jenabink, you're standing there looking at this, and Penny comes over, drops down, looks at the bottom of it, all right, the assembly itself, all right, sees it's a little unstable, it's been damaged, then goes over behind you and starts to look at the gearing. And Penny, you're not an expert, but it looks to you like the damage has been to the console itself, the unit over here, and you can look down in it and you can see that initial construct just was starting to come up towards the floor. That entire assembly seems to be okay from what you can tell. Now, you're no expert, but your initial cursory inspection was that. Now, Delbert, what I see you do is you just pushed over with a course, Quickfoot's helping. He's making certain you can do this. He's convinced actually that he's pushing him over, or at least that's the stance he's going to take. But he just pushed over the second merman, it hit the wall, and it skidded down. Doesn't look like it's no longer directly on the plate, directly on the iris. All right. Are you going over to the next 2 and pushing them over also?
Yes.
All right. So the other two, it's no problem at all. You can just lean against them and shove with your current strength. There's no strength check involved at all. These are man size, and they're probably 400 or 500 pounds. But with I think it's a 21 or a 19 strength, you're just able to push them right over.
23.
23. Okay. You're just able to push them right over. All right. So
Yeah, it was stone giant, not hill giant.
Roger that. Idris, what are you doing?
I'm looking down at Delbert. And I'm like, "Hey there, big guy. The sun's getting real low. Come on, come on." Actually, no. I'm actually curious about the rest of the items in here, in the rooms below and in the big room.
There is. Show me. Just move into the area you want to check out, and we'll.
Oh well, then what I want to do, since I have the dark vision to do it, I guess, was just to walk the edges and see what's there. Because if there is fighting, I'm just curious how much stuff is in the way, and if we have to hold a point, what is there?
All right. What I'm going to do is you can look right into that room. There seems to be open area of gearing on the floor over there, and there's 2 bookcases loaded with books and scrolls right in there. And when you look at the next one in through there, there is, and I'm going to just open up the entire area for you because you can get the angle that you need. All right. There is that right there is a glowing ball. And go ahead and drop an Arcana check in the tower for me.
With advantage?
Yeah, so are you going to ask Shia?
Yeah, since
Absolutely.
she's been down in here.
Absolutely. She will assist you on this one. So. And the only mechanism for you talking to the sword to get help is instead of it just being, you have to take an action to talk to her. All right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that slows you down.
Like using an item, yeah.
She thinks, it is, I'm not certain, but look within. There seems to be lightning trapped within that. She says there's clearly some sort of arcane force that is powering it, but I do not have access to magical craft at this time and cannot assess it in the same way that Delbert or Jennybink could. So, and go ahead and give me a perception check while you're in there also.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what the heck is that single-eyed blue tentacle moho out there?
There is like a puddle of stuff in that bucket, and it looks like when you look at you look down at your wrist, all right, and you know how your veins are sort of blue. It's kind of that bluish kind of color as a liquid. So, and that's where you are. We're going to go to Jennybink now. Jennybink, so you're standing in front of the console. You see Penny start to go around and check things out.
No, be careful when you move. I have to find all the pieces. They have to all still be here because it's not like there's any extra dimensional spaces. So I have to find the pieces first, and then I'm going to inventory them, and I'm going to figure out how it's broken, and then I'm going to put it back together.
It just looks.
No, don't just stay there.
No, it just looks like the top pot is like the broken part, and everything underneath here, and this like not in the top area is still fine. It looks like you didn't damage the actual mechanism in the bottom pot. Just like the top little thing with the button pushy.
Yes,
stuff.
we have to find all the pieces because I was swinging hard and to break things.
Jennybink, go ahead and make a based on the information he gave you. Go ahead and make an arcane science check for me in the tower. Okay. What you're worried about, all right, and Penny's giving you good information, you think, but what you're worried about is that because you stopped it so forcefully that, you could have lost belts, you could have damaged teeth on some of the gears. There's any amount of damage that you think could have occurred by you forcibly stopping it. You trust Penny's ability to look at mechanical things. You've seen her pop open really complex mechanisms, so her initial assessment's probably pretty good, but you're really worried that you might have broken the guts of the thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to stand there. I'm going to get all the pieces that I, managed to whack out of this thing. I'm going to do my best to figure out exactly what's broken and how long it's going to take me to fix it. With mending and various other things. I am hyper-focused.
Just real quick, Jennybink, So Catapult's legs are like bent in a position that I don't think they're supposed to be bent in right now, and like there's metal plates kind of falling off your mechanical friend thing over there.
He's stable. He'll be okay. I'll get to him in a minute. I know how to fix him. I know exactly how long it'll take me to fix him.
Oh, okay.
Penny, go ahead and make an insight check.
Sure.
Delbert, you can make one at disadvantage. Penny, you haven't seen Genabink ever ignore a catapult when catapults this hammered, ever.
I understand your concern with this thing, but this thing's gonna stay here. If something comes in here and
You're
like
too busy, Delbert.
wax catapult again,
But I broke it. I have to fix it.
yeah, we'll have plenty of time to fix it here. We're gonna clean out this level just like we did with the first one, and you'll have ample opportunities to look at all this stuff with time and all that. And you just need
That took us days. That took us days to do the whole first floor. I don't have that time. I broke this.
Wonder
I have
what
to
this
fix
part
it.
does. Oh, too late now.
Delbert, you just finished flipping over those two. What are you doing now?
Pulling gears.
All right, so you walk over and grab hold of a fistful of gears where?
By the time I get these done, I'm probably going to move into here and just start making my way down into the guts of this whole.
Oh, it's
All right. So let me see if I get this and I'll describe it to you, Jen. So you're talking to Penny and you watch Delbert walk over and Delbert bends down and Delbert reaches down into the guts and he grabs hold of a crosspiece and he goes, tug. Delbert, give me a strength check. And he
That was something vital.
right out of his housing and he sets it down. So
What? No. What are you doing? No, Delbert. Is that potion making you stupid?
We're cataloging.
No. That's not how. Do you have paper out?
Ding.
Are you inventorying? What is wrong with you?
Who's got
all
two
of you
thumbs
just
and isn't
stop.
screwing up?
I think he's trying to make that thing like not move again.
It's not moving. It's no more. I broke enough of things. Stop breaking things. Delbert, why don't you go help Idris not make anything worse?
No, keep breaking it. Looking good. We're okay here. Don't need to come over here. Stay with the smart people. Stay with your kind.
Is there a rule for nervous breakdown in D&D?
Delbert, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Okay, if Genabink says she's disabled a control module, it's probably not going to activate again, at least not immediately, unless somebody repairs it. And you didn't realize this before. I mean, you were on the other side of the room doing work trying to neutralize it, right? But she is obviously distressed. Now you can make a straight insight check. You're not making one at disadvantage now.
All right.
Okay, so what she's saying is making sense, and you've never seen Genabink this upset before. I mean, sure, she is right on the edge of violence, maybe. She is so upset. All right, so, you can see that she's losing it. And the other thing that's apparent to you is Penny might be concerned about another being. Penny seems honestly concerned about Genabink too.
That immediately changed.
I will go.
As soon as they pointed out we left Idris by himself to explore stuff, and
I will go in the other room
now.
And do something in there. Penny, do you have a crowbar?
What crowbar? Why do we need crowbars?
I'm just being prepared. That's all.
I got a crowbar in my bag. Why? What you need?
I got one. We'll throw it to him.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm going to stay over here with Idris to make sure he doesn't touch nothing. What is that shiny electrical thing?
Yep. See? Not touching it. Doing what I do.
That's good. See, you're learning. You're taking positive steps in the right direction.
What kind of
Yeah.
shiny electrical thing, Penny?
Things that we
it-
don't smash with hammers, Jenna, because we'd like to research them for arcane purposes.
I don't know what it is. It looks arcane science-y.
Okay.
But I can smash it if you want, and I'll take like a step towards it.
Listen, Jenabink, how about you fix your mechanical friend and then you can look at stuff? Because right now, it's literally walking into a wall. That's not normal. Like, it's not supposed to be doing that.
If this strength, it doesn't last forever. I need to make the best of it. And that means smashing shit.
Well, go
saying.
smash a door. Go smash interest at this point for
well,
all
I
I
was
care.
looking for other gears that didn't have to do with what you're immediately looking at and
Don't
concerned
worry,
with.
Delbert. When the moment's right, you'll be ready.
But Genevieve tries to at least put all the things that were associated with the control mechanism back near the control mechanism.
Penny.
And then
Penny, you can see that there's some debris on the floor in here where Idris was. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you walked up behind him.
Sure.
Hey, Silly Dome. Okay. You're standing there, and the floor is incredibly clean, incredibly slick. All right.
I'll wander over here in the Penny Idris direction, and first of all, what's this thing?
That is a door, Delbert.
No, not the door. This thing that apparently Fantasy Grounds is throwing conniption fit on.
That looks like a big. It's like a big cistern, and it's got some dark, kind of gooey substance in it, but it's empty at this point. Now, directly to your right down here, as you're looking at it, that looks like an abomination, but it's been severely damaged. And as you're looking straight down through there also, you can see down into the next room. And down into the next room, there is a faint light down there, kind of like a forge from here, and you can see a crack on the floor there. I'm showing you a little bit more than you can see, but that's okay. And there's a door on the far side.
Chains are friends.
Penny sewers are kind of your thing, right? And I'll come over here and pull this grate up and out and kind of.
I don't know if that goes to like a sewer.
Penny,
Sort of
Penny,
draining.
Penny, do you have your bow in your hand?
Yeah, I'm probably ready for combat.
All right. All right, so you have a bow of warning, functions like a trident of warning. As Delbert starts to stop forward, your spidey sense is tingling.
Like we're about to be surprised-ish. Delbert, maybe back up.
All right, so Delbert, as you step forward, Penny puts her hand on you and stops you, and then we drop right into initiative, so you guys are not surprised. All right.
Oh, I am surprised that Delbert started this.
Me too.
All right, so there we go.
As I hide the last couple of screws and bits that were blown into my face when the thing exploded and pocket
couldn't
them.
give me a chance to fix things. You had to go and start investigating. You couldn't just
Penny gave you the opportunity.
I tried.
I didn't even have enough time to do that. Even if I had started doing that as soon as she mentioned it, I wouldn't have gotten through a cycle.
All right, there is...
Oh.
Grapple that bad boy.
You see long pseudopod flash down. The minute you see it, go ahead and give me a Arcana check, Delbert. That is a blood ooze. So it's a coagulated large pool from a large pool of blood. It is moving from being bluish to reddish right now. It seems to go from being relatively inactive to active, and you see it it must be sucking oxygen up into its arm, or up into its pseudopod, and it's charging up through. Penny, it's right there in front of you. It has not taken an action yet, and it's got cover. It's on the ceiling of this room, but it's striking with its pseudopod, so you have something you can shoot at.
Okay. I will definitely open up on it then. I will sharpshooter and go. Okay. Let's see. That for this. And as a bonus action, I move my hunter's mark to it.
Roger that.
See, Jenna Bink, this is why we clear rooms before we start tinkering with mechanics and shit.
As he tinkers
Damn.
with shit called grapes.
And then my Dread Ambusher attack. Hits.
Oh, man.
And then Penny will immediately back up. There's like a big blood pile thing in there that's wants to kill Bell, but who I don't think ever rolled initiative.
I did. I just rolled it in the tower.
Oh.
All right. Let's see, who's it going to attack? I will randomize it. All right. It swings at Idris and misses. And it swings at Idris and hits.
Nah, I will burn a shield.
All right. Yeah, you get past the 21, right?
Yeah, I'm a 20 right now.
Okay, cool. So bangs at you and misses. And chunks of it spattered all over the floor. Penny tore it up pretty profoundly. Jennifer, you're up.
Do I even notice that? Do I even notice this going on? Because I would have still been heads down trying to organize at least the stuff before I was going to go to catapult.
I will leave it to you. Do your character notice right now or not?
Let's see if she notices. Oh yeah, she totally notices. All right. She, while swearing profusely, do I have line of sight on the blood ooze?
Yes, you do. There's a pseudopod hanging, and you can see, you looked up as Penny was shooting it, and it's 2/3 of its body mass has been struck and sort of splattered on the ground behind it. It just, like, as a dollop came down and she kept shooting it, it just kept oozing down through. And it swung twice, but wasn't able to hit Idris.
All right. I'm going to cast Acid Splash on it.
It seems to be amused to the acid.
It's immune to the acid. My poor Super Soaker. 10, 20, 30. She will move to there. And that is her turn because Catapult is down.
Delbert.
Well, then, I think that probably some Burning Hands is in order, and that's what I'll do.
You made a good roll. It's probably immune to fire. You think it's immune to fire at this point.
Immune to fire, too. Okay.
So, it sure doesn't look like it's immune to arrow, by the way.
You know, it's probably not immune to necrotic. Let's do that. Toll the dead.
Someone's going to answer Idris's question real fast.
And since it's been damaged, skadoosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Idris, you're up.
Always got to do everything in this group. All right, I'm going to swing on it. Barely, but that's how we do it here. And I'll move the hex on him anyway, just for giggles, so it's not going to do anything, but I'll just swing on him. Slashing magic.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you hammer a chunk of it, and it, just the blade sort of passes through it and it forms around it. The arrows were blowing holes in it, though.
I wanted to separate it.
Penny, you're up.
All right, I will attempt to shoot at it again with a sharpshooter.
Blows it apart, Penny. Blows it apart. So from what you can tell, it hits the ground in front of you and dollops. And Delbert, as you're looking at it, yeah, so this thing will bifurcate when it's slashed. If you slash it enough, you're pretty certain it's going to break into smaller pieces, but it is completely and totally vulnerable to piercing. That'll walk right through, and you think probably force would work too, based on seeing how the arrows work. But its chemistry is alien and bizarre. And you had read about this once, but you hadn't studied it in depth. Genevieve, you can go ahead and make an Arcana now that you're up and you're close to it, what's left of it. And it looks like clotted blood all over the floor now that you guys have damaged it. Started out as blue, and it went red after it went into combat with you. I'll take that basic roll. You made an animal handling check. Your Arcana would put you way up around, oh yeah, it's a blood ooze. It's actually a type of construct. So it's, probably it might be used in this, it might be used as a component or as a cleaning agent in the overall mechanism.
No, it's not going to work.
What are you doing here, Jen? I thought you were organizing those things over there.
You guys are not allowing me time to do my research because you keep finding things rather than, look at Idris. Idris, you look like you should just sit down, take a nap or something because you just stop touching things.
Oh, yeah, we're going in the room with those comments. Totally. We just pushed into the room. Yeah.
I am also going to go into the room.
My nagnometer has been blown out. I was like, whoa, there's rocks in here. I got to touch them.
I'm pulling this grade up.
I'm not a big fan of the touching things, people, before we look at things.
Okay, so you walk in and touch.
I'm seeing if there's anything under the rocks for me.
Okay, so Delbert, make a Arcana check. Penny, make not Penny. Genevieve, make an Arcana check. Delbert, as Idris in plate mail steps forward towards the ball, all right? You look up and you see lightning pulsing around on the inside of it, and holy crap, is that an air elemental? The sphere seems to expand as he gets closer to it, and it pulses apart. You're not surprised. Everybody knows it's coming, but whatever was being contained in that, and holy shit, it's an air elemental, and when the containment field pops, Genevieve, you agree. Looks like there's an air elemental in there, and oh my god, is that a living lightning bolt? It's on.
Containment field sucks. Didn't contain anything.
Must have been.
Can we get Idris some counseling to deal with whatever notions are forcing him to do the opposite of whatever Genevieve says? Is there a therapist in the dungeon?
Genevieve, you are also fairly certain, based on what you just saw and your knowledge of, Clockwork and Arcane's construct, that the containment field is probably compromised because the machine's off.
Look who broke that.
All right.
What?
That's a secret that's never going to get out. We're going to have to do a whole commission, blue ribbon, to find that fact.
All right. So we got two different bad guys here. We got the air elemental that moves out immediately to go after Idris. And then we also have sitting in there um, a living lightning bolt, which is in there also. So let me make these both visible to both of you now. All right, and the air elemental swings out. And let's see. I think it can only get 2 of you in its whirlwind effect. So let's see. DC 13 strength save. So let me get the 2 of you identified by it.
You need strength saves.
Yeah, you guys can go.
hit us.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and make it. Do you want to use your
Yeah, I'm
inspiration?
gonna
Inspiration.
throw a hero point, yo.
Hero point. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be great.
All right, you're good.
Oh, my bad.
Delver, you get to add how much more to that?
14.
That is modified.
It's only +1. I thought you had a potion of Storm Giant Strength or
It's
Stone
plus
Giant.
6. 17.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So Idris is. Oh, I'm sorry. I got you
I
mixed
have
up.
a 14, yeah.
You have a 14. You guys both make the initial save. All right. All right. So you guys both make your saving throw. And I'm going to drop the bludgeoning damage on you both. And Idris only takes half, though. He made the saving throw, actually, correct? So Idris only takes 7.
Yep.
They should both.
We
only take
both
7.
only take 7.
Yeah. So 21 and
I would be at
47.
50.
You would be at 50?
54. 54.
Outstanding. All right. Delbert, you're in the whirlwind, but you are not compromised by it. All right. It did not knock you down.
I feel like Airforge should have some special effects with things like this, but regardless of that,
You're just blowing around some hot air.
I mean, yeah, but no. We're gonna burning hands this thing for sure.
I think you should be able to get both, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I'll apply. Go ahead and drop the saving throw on it again.
There's a saving throw for the other one. That
Yeah.
made it.
All right. So one takes 11, the other
And
takes
there's
5. Yeah. Okay. Very good. What else are you going to do, Delbert? It will get an attack of opportunity if you move back.
If I
at this
back out
point.
of the way,
Yeah.
I'll stick around. I'm good.
All right. Good enough. Penny, you are up.
All right. This looks terrible. I'm gonna put my hunter's mark on the living lightning bolt and shoot at it because it looks like it's a living lightning bolt. That's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't necessarily. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, just to see if you know what that means, other than folks have said it. It's a living lightning bolt. It should be shot.
That's my feeling. I'm putting my hunter's mark on it, and it's going to get shot because it's a living lightning bolt. Terrifying.
Crit!
Yep. Sneaky sneak. And that's that.
Oh. So the arrow sinks into it, and it almost looks like it grounds it. All right. So as it passes through it, it collects a bunch of electricity, strikes the wall, and it's sucking energy out of it. You can see its diameter decrease. Double crit!
Holy shit.
One more and you kill it outright.
I did.
Yeah.
Double crits.
Outstanding. I don't get to drop lightning bolt on you this round.
That's
And
the kind of
Penny is
leadership
the only
we've come to
reason we're going
expect
to
from
lose.
Idris.
Here's my easy button.
and then I will take my last shot on the air elemental with Dread Ambush. And I'll re-roll that because it's a 1.
And get another crit.
No, I'll miss. Yeah, I will back up to over here because I don't want to be near that thing while it's whirlwinding and doing craziness. That's my turn.
Idris, you're up. This thing is battering you. It's almost pushed you to the ground. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm just
You
gonna.
got to take the unconscious condition off.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let me do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just walk over here to the edge of it. I'm gonna place my hex on it with my bonus action, and I'm gonna take a swing on it because that's basically what I got right now. So swing. Yeah. One of these buttons does the right thing, and I'm just gonna bring that blade right through. Yes. Kind of slice it in half. That I couldn't do the blood ooze, and I'm like, somebody's gonna get cut down to size.
Oh yeah, the blade goes into its heart and pulses. Energy comes down the length, and you are certain that this is the right weapon. Catapult is disabled. Genebink, there is an air elemental right in front of you.
Jennabank just looks so angry. She lifts up her warhammer with one hand, and with her shield hand, she like waves over it, and it kind of glows for a minute. And so with her bonus action, she's casting Branding Smite, and then she's going to hit the thing.
So she casts Cracky McCrack.
Yes.
So that's right. Do it! Would you like to use advantage on this roll? You hit.
No, I think I'm good. And then I'll hit it again. No, I won't.
All right. You strike it, and the radiant damage pulses as it goes through it, and you are definitely having an effect on it. Quickfoot is watching this, sitting on top of Catapult right now. All right. So we have an air elemental, and its whirlwind has recharged, so it will go here. All right. You are both under the impact. I need a strength saving throw. Do you want to use your advantage on it or no?
I will, yes.
I'm good.
Strength saving throws, please.
I'll use
I
a.
don't know why it didn't give me advantage.
Save twinsies.
Go ahead and roll again, Jen, because you did say you were using a.
Yeah, I even had the button clicked. It was red. I don't know why I didn't take it. There we go. That's
All right.
better.
Jenna makes hers.
I'll use a hero point.
Oh, man. Okay, you missed it by one.
Damn. Okay.
All right. Delbert goes prone. Delbert takes another 1d6 on top of that. All right. Delbert is unconscious. Delbert makes a death save.
Didn't she
Penny.
be taking 11 less, right? Because she saved.
She did. I think it calculated it correctly for Jen.
Did it? Because she took the same damage as Delbert.
Oh,
Yeah, she took.
oh
22.
okay. Let me give her. All right. So she is back to 33. All right. Very good. Penny, you're up.
I'll go after Delbert makes his will save because that's always fun.
Oh, you mean his touched by the Uncle Evil? Yeah.
Touched by Uncle Evil Darkness.
It is your turn though.
Yeah. All right. I will Hunter's Mark the air elemental and shoot at it. Hit. The sneaky. And then I'll shoot at it a second time. Hit. And wow, that thing's sturdy. And then that's my turn.
Well, don't worry. Idris is going to huff puff and blow the whirlwind down. I'm going to put my hex on it, step over, swing on it. Yeah, I got a hit. There we go. And just wonder what kind of gear Delbert has on. Oh, didn't mean to roll it on him.
You don't kill Delbert. Everything is good. That is enough to take out the air elemental, though, and it dissipates as you slash through it. Delbert, you're sitting at a table. Across from you is handsome, interesting. You think he's a Hythonian. You think maybe might be half elven, or is he elven? You're not quite certain, but there's a gentleman sitting across from you, and there's a bottle of wine between you, and he fills your glass, and then he fills his, and he goes, I have absolute and total respect for the Galens, and I think I would like to see your family survive. I think they could make some substantial contributions to the future of the history of Blackmoor. And, I know you've allied yourself directly with Uther Andahar, but quite frankly, I've infected him, and it's only a matter of time before he becomes my thrall. And I think the choice that I'm going to offer you, Delbert, is if you willingly align with me and offer me your support and the support of your family, well then, I will not enthrall you and force you to my will. I will allow you to be active agents for me and rule to a certain extent, and you will be able to have the women that you choose. You'll have access to the items that you choose. You will have complete and total access to the magic that rests within the Cabal when we ransack it. And I want you to consider very clearly and very absolutely the opportunity that rests in front of you. Delbert, have you missed one of these saving throws yet?
No.
All right. So you get to make an intelligence, a wisdom, or a charisma save of your choice. And would you like to use inspiration on it?
I would indeed like to use inspiration on it.
All right. Would you like to use a hero point? Because you can always use a hero point after the fact.
Sure, I'll use a hero point as well.
Jesus. Delbert, you rolled a 1 and a 4, and then you rolled a 2. The DC is 15. You rolled a 14. You have now failed your first conversation.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the team, baby. Play with the rest of us.
Yeah.
And you
All
are
back.
And what's tough here, Delbert, is in your heart of hearts, you want nothing to do with the egg, right? You can see that. You look at this and this must be the egg of Coot, some manifestation of it, right? It was very explicit in that that this is wrong and you want nothing to do with it. But, if you can save your sister, if you can protect your nephew and your mom and dad from being a thrall, and if he really does have Uther infected, if it's only a matter of time, is this something you should consider? All right, what are you guys doing?
Glue gun of healing on Delbert.
All right, go right ahead.
Work on his brain now.
Delbert sits up. Delbert, go ahead, and you are awake.
Are we done? Are we done finding things that are going to kill us? I sound like Penny.
Talking is continuing.
I don't know how to tell you all this, but you all look like shit.
Can we go sit?
Idris,
I'll
I don't
quietly
think
do
your
research.
ear hole is supposed to be bleeding like that.
I think there's a gear in here from that thing that exploded still. Yep, there's one. You're going to need that.
Yeah, maybe we should find some place to rest and recuperate a little bit, because you all look really not healthy.
Well, hey, now that Delbert's back up, why don't we go on that little ropey tricky thing of his?
I expected the egg of Coot to be more evil sounding and make less sense.
Wait, you saw the egg of Coot?
Well, I think I did.
That's Chenabing kind of backs away slowly. How are you feeling?
When he says that, everybody has now failed a check, right?
Yes.
When he says that, you all hear that song, right? You all hear that song, in your head, So the coot, the coot, the coot, the coot, the coot. So you guys suddenly hear that song sort of resonating through you, and Delbert, you start to hear it now also. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it kind of wants you to think that, Delbert. Don't let it get too comfortable up in there. I know there's a lot of thoughts rolling around in that big brain of yours.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that. Of course, I know that.
Yeah, we've all had our little moments of weakness with the coot wanting to give us things that we want or desire in life, but that's what makes it so strong, right? Is its ability to figure that stuff out and put it in your brain.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, of course you're right.
Then you know what's going to happen. If you take stuff from the egg, other nobles around you are going to be like, you didn't build that. You didn't make that. Someone else did. And that's going to be bugging you for the rest of your days.
You're right.
No.
Don't worry. If your eyes start glowing blue and stuff, I'll make sure to put you down real swift, with a lot of compassion.
Penny, where are you?
Right outside the room.
Okay.
On the map. Yeah.
All right, good. Jenabink, go ahead and give me a straight intelligence check. All right, you are looking at the doors directly across from you, and you're thinking of the doors that you guys came into. This is, if you batten everything down, you're going to want to check all the entrance points, right? But if you batten everything down, these look to be incredibly secure doors. If you remember correctly, Penny had to work quite a bit to to unlock them.
Okay, so to continue, unfortunately or fortunately, sounding like Penny, we're going to close all the doors because these are nice, big, sturdy, knock on the door doors. And then we're going to rest. I'm going to do research. I'm going to fix catapult, and you all are going to stop touching things.
So we're going to rest in the room is sentient and alive room.
I'm pretty sure we've gotten rid of most of the sentients because I killed things, and we killed the floating ball, and we killed the abominations. So, it's the best we have if you stop walking around and touching everything.
So pretty sure is pretty sure. Give me a percentage of sureness. Is that 60% sure?
Arcana
can I
check.
roll something? Thank you.
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check, and there's actually your history is going to apply also. Delbert, you can make an Arcana check too. Penny, if you would like to make a, let's see, you have thieves' tools. Do you have any other tool skill set?
Nope, just thieves' tools.
All right, I will give you an intelligence check.
I'm also going to throw a hero point on that.
Don't worry, Delbert. You have a 32.33% chance repeating getting out of here alive.
All right. Penny, you're certain, from what you could tell, she busted the control module. That seems to have deactivated it from what you can tell. All right. Delbert, Jenabink, the two of you have a really serious conversation here. So Delbert says, well, how certain are you? And Jenabink, you say back, if I busted the command module and it disintegrated and you just ripped gearing out of the center of it, I think it's probably inactive. It also just lost its power source.
Inactive, though, for how long?
It doesn't have a power source. So until we get more lightning, no,
catapult does, or is it dead?
Literally, lightning in bottle, no longer in bottle.
The two of you, after talking this through, think it's going to require, you have to watch it to see if it's self-healing. All right? That's a fair concern, Delbert. But at the same time, you think it's either got to heal itself if it is that sort of machine, which some golems do, or it's going to need somebody to physically repair it. Now, something that occurred to you, Delbert, is when you walked in, you saw a gate that was broken on the floor, and that hasn't healed, and it seems to be part of the same apparatus. So if that's broken and hasn't repaired, you think probably the rest of it is going to be in the same condition, but you don't know for certain. You talking back and forth and agreeing on a lot and challenging each other, right? Pushing each other and getting Jenna Bink to acknowledge risk, which Jenna Bink, would you do that if he was making good rational sense, if he was talking arcane science to you?
Most likely, although I'm going to, in the manner of research, always go on risk.
All right, so you guys can go ahead and have that conversation, but those are the things that you think are risk to you. So if you want to go ahead and role play through that, go ahead.
I'm just thinking, if this thing does heal itself, then I haven't pulled enough gears out of this thing yet.
No more pulling of gears. If it would have started healing, it would have been healed by now. I know how self-healing machines work because, oh wait, I built one. So don't you think that I would recognize whether or not this is healing? Here. And she will grab Delbert by the arm, partially to get him out of this flipping room, to drag him over to the control station. Do you see any of this healed? No. This is just as bent as it was when I hit it with my hammer. I haven't even started healing yet. I haven't dumped any mending into this yet.
Look, did you see that scratch right there? It healed.
It did. No, it didn't.
It did. There was a scratch there. Now it's gone.
Here. Let's test the theory because I know I can fix this. She bends it in to a U shape. Wait for it. Not healing. Can we please rest?
Well, it's not part of the mechanism now. You pulled it out.
Penny will be securing the doors to the south while this conversation is occurring.
Well, yeah, and that door was open before we did anything, right? The one that's
Right.
at the south?
Delbert, go ahead and, all right, Petty and Delbert, while they're off talking, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Sure.
You mean Idris?
Yeah, sorry.
All you know
No
is
problem.
All Euthonians look, thank you very much, Matt.
Shh. At least I'm not ripping up grates, yo.
Do you want one from me?
No, you're good. You're in a really intense conversation right now. All right, Matt, so you can see, are you going to enter this long series of rooms?
No, I was just planning on closing and securing the door after peeking down.
You can see there's arches all the way down through there. All right.
Oh, perfect.
You can go ahead and, so there's these series of rooms are linked, and you can see there's all sorts of boxes and a few open crates in there. Are you going to secure this door then?
Yes, both doors to the left and right of me. I would like to attempt to secure.
That
Any,
one's already rocked and secured. So this one's already locked. All right. And this was you rolled really, really well to open it up lock. So, all right. It was, these were, you were like, damn, when you picked it. So you've got that door there, and these are all archways. This room also has an archway through it, though. You don't see a door right now in over here. All right. That's just two archways. So that door you can actually close. There's a lock on it, and you can secure it more if you want.
I just want to secure these doors and this door. Once everyone gets back in, we'll secure the main double doors. But
Okay. All right.
these three doors are the ones that I wish to be securing because
Okay.
those
Good.
are all the entry points in here. I want to secure these two to the south first. Guys, I know you want to use your big brains and argue and everything, but I'm about to secure these doors, and with all your percentages and stuff, there's 100% chance you both will die once I lock these doors if you're not on the other side of it.
All right, so Penny and Idris, as you're securing those doors, you hear some yelling in a really thickly accented common. All right, and also a few roars. All right, you hear somebody say, "All right, hold it with your spear, we'll get it." And you hear somebody else yell. You hear somebody else yelling, "We need a fire team! Get the flamethrower up here! There's fucking ghouls everywhere!" All right, so that accent, you're pretty certain it's probably the Rat Men, because they speak common. All right, so they're sounds like they're in a serious fight. Way to the south, probably in that long hallway down there with some ghouls, and you hear some roars and you hear some skirmishing going back and forth.
Sounds like it sucks to suck.
Yeah, it sucks to be them.
And we're sitting here, and you haven't healed Catapult yet, and that's just speaking to me about a skewed sense of priority, because Catapult's sitting here oozing liquids. What is that?
Stable. Okay, tell you what. Let's. Okay, so Penny's going to let us out here to die if we don't get over here. Why don't you make sure these double doors are at least closed? And I'm going to start dragging Catapult over there so I can fix him while we're all in that nice little room together. How's that?
Why does this liquid inside Catapult smell like pickle juice?
Pickle juice is an excellent catalyst for reactions due to its acidic nature, and it's salty sweet, and I had plenty of it on hand, okay? Like, do you know how easy it is for me to get old Bass to just give me the pickle brine?
Guys, arcane science and like why there's pickle juice in Catapult can be talked about in this room. So if we could do the thing with the walking and the feet over
Yeah,
here.
I'm just going to stand behind Penny with my arms like this and be like, you should probably put a python there. You know, like you see the construction workers?
Yeah, I know how to close a door. I'm just trying to get them on the other side of it before I close it.
I'll scoop Catapult's carcass up off the floor and pull him into this room.
Okay. If we close the door,
right.
He's getting Catapult. I'm closing doors.
Yeah.
Why is the door still open? Penny, come on. I mean,
listen, enough with the arguing back and forth. You all need to rest. You obviously didn't get enough of that last night, like maybe 2-3 hours. So if you guys could just relax, we're going to close the doors now. Jenabink, if you want, check the doors to the south. Make sure I cleared them all right. I know you've got the good eyes with the looking and double checking my work and the criticism. I'm going to try and lock these doors.
I'm going to burn out the rest of my spells.
All right, so we're barricading ourselves in these rooms. We're locking all the door in this little area, and we're waiting, correct?
That seems to be the plan.
All right. What are we taking a long or a short rest?
Short.
I would think with the amount of spells that are being expended right now and have been expended, probably long.
Long?
I'm actually fairly good on
Are you?
spells.
Okay. All right.
I'm not the worst on spells, and my spells
I
don't
mean,
matter.
we could take a long, but I think we're
Take the
probably
long. It sounds
good.
like there's a big fight out there. You probably want to be juiced.
Do you not want to burn all your spells then, Edris?
No, I do, because I was on the verge of visiting the omelet again.
He had 2 hit points left. I thought he was going to get the chat up the coot again.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, well, there is the fact that I'm, almost dead. So, spells aside, it's probably a good idea for me to burn a significant number of hit dice.
So we're attempting to take a long rest. Is that correct, or are we taking?
Yeah, that's probably a plan.
But before we take the long rest, I will mend Catapult completely because that'll take me at most 5 minutes, and then I'll.
Now you want to mend the cat.
before we attempt to go to sleep, I am going to cast 2 first level spell slots to make good berries because they'll last until tomorrow. So we'll have 20 good berries for tomorrow.
Roger that.
I'm just gonna drag stuff while I'm still strong. Drag stuff up in front of this door so that if something happens to.
Oh, absolutely.
If you want to barricade it with rocks and stuff that are over there, that might be a smart idea with the big brain on the delta.
That black stuff is coal, right?
No, that black stuff is pure black rock. The black rock of Blackmoor.
I'm going to go sleep in there.
All right. Part of what's going on there is it's shaped into bricks. All right. And there's some of it in smaller chunks, coal-sized pieces also. But yeah, that's what that is. And Delbert, you're going to take the rubble and stuff, and you can see where a piece of the ceiling broke. All right, and that's where this rubble came from. All right, so you can see that. So there's a veneer of rock that's over top of the black rock, and that's what all these pieces are. So you're going to take those pieces of debris and pile them in front of the door.
No.
Yeah, I'll keep pulling down.
I'm taking
debris
stuff
until...
out of my backpack, and I'm filling it with this black rock. That shit is worth gold on the outside. I'm clearing my inventory.
Is it really? Well,
Yeah, Haven't you been studying, Delbert? I mean, you're all arcane science. This is why everybody comes to Blackmoor. If you got this, this is like mainline stuff from what I understand.
It equates to the value of
top.
It equates to the value of silver pound for pound. If you export it, it's worth more. All right. So, yeah.
Let's pull more of this down then.
You're not even allowed to chip this stuff off the castle. You could get your hands cut off, yo.
Right. You should make catapult out of this stuff.
No, that thing will break too easy, yo. Look at this thing.
Now, are we doing anything else in here? Are we searching this area as part of our long rest? I'll let you do that.
Yes, I would like to investigate the area, look for secret doors, and look for hidden nooks and crannies, the kinds of hidey holes that you would put in a secret laboratory, because that's what this is.
So I'm going to break it into bits and pieces for you. Everybody go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage. Make 3 of them looking for secret doors and secret areas. Go ahead and make them.
3? With advantage?
Yeah, 3 with advantage. Just okay. Penny, Jenna Bink, you guys go over this with a fine-tooth comb. There's no way in and out here. Now, the grate that you pulled up to look down into, Delbert, that's a straight pipe going down as far as you can see. Are you going to plumb it and see how deep it is?
Yes.
It goes down about 80 feet. All right, and then it hits a floor. Probably there's a curve. Do you want to... so you know that it goes down 80 feet and it hits a curve. So it's probably doing this. And the angle of the hole, you think, is heading back towards, where the major machinery is. And this gearing that you saw in that room directly behind you. All right.
So this is like the U shape in the plumbing, where all the crap settles, when you flush.
Now,
that's where all the good stuff is.
As you guys are looking, you can see that on the grate that you pulled up, that ooze that you found, you can see that there's little specks of it, and it wouldn't surprise you if it went in and out of the grate and flowed through this up and down. So, Jenna Bink, your initial thought was that it might be part of the maintenance system because of its acidic nature, that it would be very good at cleaning the machine, and you kind of confirmed that now that you've been able to look at this grate. The other thing you find is over in the containment field where the air elemental and the living lightning bolt were, over in that area, there are a bunch of ruby shards laying on the base of it. So
I'm sitting here thinking, how many gold rings are probably down in the pipes underneath Galen Manor and down in the bottom of this. It's 80 feet down. Holy shit! But I bet you there's something down there. There's got to be.
There's the ruby shards that Penny wants to go get them, or maybe Idris wants to go get them. But maybe we wait until after we rest to do that kind of dangerous thing.
Yeah,
because it's just money. It's not research. It's just money.
All right, so we've done this. You found some stuff, right? Looks like a bunch of ruby shards over here. So are we going to take a long rest then at this point and stop? We're going to do anything else or no?
Jenna Bink, you're starting to make sense again.
I'm starting my 8 hours of rest.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm starting to make sense. I'm not the one who started running off and opening grates and things and trying to get us killed.
All right, you take a long rest. Now, about 30 minutes into your long rest, swarm of spiders comes underneath the door and stops, and they go back out. All right, and they are, if you look out underneath the crack of the door, it looks like they're sealing you in, but they very much wanted you to know that they're doing that.
Very well.
That's
on
handy.
which side of the door?
They're putting the web on. They came in through the door. It looks like a swarm of those smaller spiders. They came in. They looked at you. They crawled around. They didn't attack you.
Which door are they sealing?
They're sealing the double doors into the main room.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, we just got played, yo. They just took this whole section.
I'm fine with that.
That's fine. I'm good.
They're still friendly. I mean, as long as they let me do
That's
research.
what you do before you turn on someone. Stay friendly to the end.
Same thing happens on the other door behind you, the smaller door here. They seal that up for you. They sealed that up also.
Which door?
This one here. So this gets secured, and then about half hour, 40 minutes later, that gets secured.
Are they in here with us still?
Yeah, once they do it, they get all up around the walls and stuff, and they're hanging out in here with you.
Okay, that's fine. All right, we'll set up, I think, our usual watch order as we long rest.
End of your long rest.
And maybe we should now take our restroom.
I'm gonna.
You're good. You've successfully passed through 8 hours now. So,
Okay.
and spiders secured both doors.
I'm gonna ritually cast Find Familiar and turn Quickfoot into Quickfeet, the spider.
What the hell?
Hey,
Hey!
you said you were fine with it.
Well, yeah, I know, but cleaning yourself when you're a cat is just unbelievable. Man. Wow. Boss, you would not believe what it looks like looking through all these eyes. It's pretty freaking amazing. I'm telling you. All right, so Quickfoot goes up the wall, jumps over on Delbert's shoulder, and sits on top of Delbert's shoulder, all right, and starts to groom itself a little bit, all right? And now...
This way you can be my communication method.
No. It makes total sense, boss. I totally get it. I understand. I'm with you on this. It's just, this cat thing was nice. You know what I mean? But I can deal with it. This
doesn't have to be permanent. We can switch you back to a cat later.
The best thing, though, was the bird. The bird was fucking cool. Everybody in your family was like, oh, look, we got the family crest there. The servants fed me. You know what I mean? Your sister played with me. If we could go back to the bird at any point, I'd like the osprey. The osprey was good.
Okay. All right.
What would you all like to do? So you've got a bunch of ruby shards and pieces that were in the containment field. The spiders are here with you. You've got the 80-foot piping. It's about 10 feet across. What would you like to do?
The
While
shards
we're-
are here.
While we're sitting here,
Yeah,
ritually
the shards are
casting
right
that,
there. Yeah.
Does it look like they can be easily picked up with, I'll investigate the area?
You can pick them up. You already did.
Detect
alright.
magic.
Ritually cast detect magic.
Yes,
As always, there's that odd emanation, right? But go ahead and give me a perception check. All right. One of those gems is a little bit larger, and you think it might be. Magically imbued, might be carrying a spell. And then there's a whole bunch of ruby shards that are not the value of a full ruby, but they're decent size and they're in good shape even though they're shards. It looks like there was a gem that broke and cracked, and the core of it is probably a spell stone, like a scroll. And the shards that are on the outside of it, kind of like wedges out of a piece of fruit, have all fallen off to the side. And so they're separate there. And the shards themselves, although they're not perfect, they're interesting shape, are probably worth about 100 gold pieces a piece. And
Now, these shards are all there.
yes.
Mending.
Are you going to seal them all around it?
So that it's one shard again? One gem again?
Yeah, you won't be able to use the spell if you do that, but you can make it one gem. If you do that...
I'll take a look at it first.
Okay.
Hey, I need to look at this one. And I'll pluck it out and take a look at it.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
So can I go back to my research yet?
Well, the doors are locked with spider webs, but I'm sure if you asked our little 8-legged friends, they'll open it for you.
It's carrying dragon's breath, but it's attuned to lightning, so you wouldn't be able to cast fire or acid, but you could cast dragon's breath out of this, and you could cast a lightning bolt from it.
Okay.
So now you can seal it back up in the gem. If you seal it back up in the gem, it's going to be worth a lot more We're going to have to review mending and figure out exactly how to make that work. But a full ruby, a full perfect ruby, is worth about 5,000 gold pieces. So there's that. Right now, in pieces, it's worth about 800, and you've got the scroll, the spell gem. So it's a 50-50 for you. So, but if you've got the piece, now you could also. Oh, go ahead. Make
How
it
many scrolls you can buy with 5,000?
Now, this gem could be worth a lot if I put it back together, don't you think? There's some spells in here, but the gem itself should be worth like 5,000 gold by the time it's back together.
I mean,
What do you think, Penny?
If we can find somebody to buy it, I mean, we got to find the right person to buy it and move it once we get back there. But yeah, if you can put this thing back together, I'm sure we can find somebody that will happily move this into a nice, happy home.
And if I need to, I can always, take it, smash
Well,
it.
I mean, you could wait to mend it until we're out of here and not in imminent danger.
Or
Yeah, but then the pieces might get lost.
or
It
you
wouldn't be
could
perfect.
mend it and then just throw it into all those gears and smash it and say a prayer to Hirsch and get all his blessings and favors. Then maybe you won't fall down.
Yeah, that sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah, no, that's hokey.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah,
Hirsch would respect me more for selling it.
I think so too. I think Hirsch
Yeah,
values
absolutely. Yep.
money.
It just turns around and whispers like, they don't know.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to mend it back together.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to,
Okay.
look at the spiders. Can you guys open the doors so I can get back to my workshop?
Delbert, I'm going to read it. I think I may have you make some sort of check just to see how flawed it is when you put it back together, just because that'd be cool. But let's research it and we'll resolve it fully on the other side. Right now, you sealed it back up. All right.
Okay.
And I'm not going to drop the parcel into your booty right now because it's changed a little bit and you and I have to resolve things. But we're all good. Everybody good with that? All right. All right. So what else do you guys want to do? We're about 5-10 minutes out from a break.
Check the. Oh, well, we're still in the room, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking the doors to be open for the room, so I would like to leave the room.
Oh, all right. When
The upper part.
Do you want going back into the main hall?
No. The big room. Like what was in
Yeah,
the bookshelf and stuff up there.
Johnny Bank, you want to go back into the big room? Idris, you want to go back in the big room? The spiders
big
come
room.
down off the ceiling and stuff, and they go out through the door. And you know what they do? They're eating the web, right? They're taking that back into them. And after about 3-4 minutes, the spiders come back in and they go back out. And probably that means that the web's gone. Do you want to open the door and look out?
Yes.
All right. When you do that, you can see that all the doors in here have been webbed. All right. All the doors have been webbed. So they've definitely helped you batten down and secure.
I'm going to go back to looking at the control panel and figuring out. Actually, I'm going to do. I want to do kind of what Idris is doing, but from a technological perspective, to figure out how everything's associated. What my fixing the control panel would mean in general, and what there is for me to scavenge and work with.
All right.
I'm just looking around to see if there's anything in here, hidden, valuable, whatever.
Um,
What's in each of the rooms?
There are, there's the long hallway here. There's a bunch of crates and stuff, bunch of things in those crates physically.
Let me be a little more specific. Those 3 rooms where we had the fight, all that broken stuff and what looks like a statue, and the room above that don't seem to be connected to other places.
Oh, roger that.
Yeah, the safe places.
Okay. This area here has open archway and another open archway down into another room, and you can see a door on the far side of it. There's a big crack in the floor. That is a clockwork abomination that's been pretty much torn apart and is just sitting there. The statue, it's statue of elven woman, and the elven woman is leaning forward on a staff with her hand up like this and her eyes down. Really good shape. Beautiful statue.
I'll describe that to Shia. See, like, you know her?
You feel an impulse to check the back of her neck.
Okay. I'll take a look.
All right. When you do, give me a second here, and I will pull up some detail for you. You see that symbol. And Kalara was the Eldritch Knight that was in your dream.
Looks like the same one, right?
Yeah. Looks like the same symbol.
Is this the symbol that is associated with the mechanics?
Yes, the snowflakes.
Okay.
I don't have a.
So the other two rooms are filled with bits and pieces of gearing, bar stock, rods, different metals, some copper, some different things like that. So as you're going through there, you're seeing all these different lengths of like re-rod, metal bar, chunks of coke, like not coke, like coke like that you use to make steel, right? So there's just all these odds and ends that you would use to fabricate stuff just thrown in there. Some spools of wire, total mess in both those little rooms. All right. I'm sorry, did I interrupt you, Idris?
No. That's what I was asking.
All right.
And then the last thing were the things up top, the bookshelves in the back room.
There is an open, so the bookshelves are filled with manuals. They're filled with books. They're filled with a bunch of different scrolls. I mean, they're just top to bottom loaded, just top to bottom.
Are they written? Well, are they written in common? Or are they written in some other language?
They're written in a bunch of different languages, but it's all the same to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was just curious, like which ones.
Are you going to stop and examine all of them, or are you just popping open a couple and looking?
No, I was just curious, like what the titles are. Like.
So metaphysics and applied science, gear sizing and alteration, magic. I mean, it's a whole series of one right after the other. Karen maintenance of spectral cogs. So it's a whole bunch of books that you've seen. At least one of them you recognize from the class that you took that Jenna Bink tutored, but it's a whole bunch of books and there's a bunch of scrolls too. And then, are you going to check out the gearing in the next room?
Yeah, that was just the last thing before we break out.
Am I seeing all the same things, Tad, as I'm going around as well?
Yeah, if you're going, are you going with him?
I'm probably based on the idiocy that what happened before.
Jenna Bink, you look and you're looking at these books and you read, let's see, Gnome, Dwarven, and Common, correct?
Correct.
All right, about a third of the books you can see the titles of, right? And this is, some of it looks like somebody's logs, right, on maintenance for this, right? But this is basically all the manuals, all the theoretical treatises that you would use, you think, just going through the books that you can read to understand this thing.
Okay.
All right.
If there are books that I'm familiar with, then I'm leaving them on the shelf because inevitably, if I'm familiar with them, then they exist in normal Blackmoor. I can get them later. If there are any books that are specific for this machine, or any books that look, that I've heard are hard to get or that kind of thing, I'm pocketing them.
There are 3 journals that are written in Gnomish.
Okay.
All right, and there was probably a tinker gnome doing work on this from what you can tell as you look through it. Are you just gonna take them and sit down at that table and start reading? I mean, it's
no, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip through them and go, these are important. I'm gonna pocket them. I'm gonna.
Library card, please.
Right, USB. All right, so you walk over. And the next thing you guys do is you walk over to the gearing and you look down through the floor, and you can see. You can climb right down into this, and when it's inactive, you can see it's relatively easy to climb down into it, and it's guts of the machine. And your guess is, from what you're seeing, that it runs all the way back to the, probably this band of machinery runs the entire length of the floor, would be our guess. runs that 140-foot length, maybe farther to your right, but at least 135 feet. So you can see that this entire wall, there's an entire floor is just covered with this sorts of machinery. And it's made out of brass, it's made out of copper, it's made out of some metals that you've never seen before. All right, so that takes care of the two of you. Penny and Delbert, what were you doing during this time? Oh, should we take our break?
We
I think
should.
that's probably.
Yeah.
I
Really
believe
good.
they were eliminating themselves.
All right. Everybody who's not Max, go ahead and take some inspiration. That was some fine role playing. I really respect it. Well done conflict. You all stood your positions for your characters and talked through things really well. I have total respect for that. And everybody, we're going to take 10 minutes. It is 4:34 right now on my computer. We will be back at about 4:44, and we will do more exploration here in the dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. Thank you so much for staying with us, and you see you pretty quick.
And I'm
Hey, everybody, we are back. And our players are in the process of figuring out what is going on in this little complex here. So, let's see, Fred and Daphne had split up to do their own exploration in the castle. Fred, Daphne, what are your plans?
Well, I'm going to search for clues.
All right, can I get an investigation check? And where are you searching for clues, Fred?
So I'm I'm going to naturally split off from the rest of the group and search the walls.
Outstanding.
Dragging Jenna Bink along with me, if she'll.
Velma.
Velma along with. Is she Velma? I thought she was Daphne.
No, I'm Velma.
Oh well, I'm gonna actually then drag Daphne along with. Let's make sure there's no like hidden places here. You're pretty good at that stuff, right?
Yeah, there's also like a door right there. It looks like, but I usually like to keep my eyes on Idris while he's like touching things and doing things, because normally when he's by himself, like he manages to find lots of things that want to kill us.
While he's saying that, I'm yelling into the mechanical thing, "Hello!" See if it echoes,
Like he's trying to do it right now again, I think. But yeah, we can go look at this door. What you got there?
I don't know. What do we have here?
Are you opening the door?
I'm investigating the door.
Go ahead and investigate the door, please. Penny is locked. Doesn't appear to have any sort of trap on it. Delbert, you would concur it's locked, and you're not seeing anything that would indicate a trap.
You mind moving out of the way for a second so I can see if I can make it unlocked?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right. You pop open the lock, and this was another really challenging lock. And you see, let's see, a door down on the other end. And this is a pretty heavy stone door.
Double, not to toot my own horn, but I mean, you should check out the quality of this lock. I mean,
who's Delbert?
Fred, you should check out the quality of this lock. It's pretty mint, if you know what I mean.
Are you stepping through that door?
Me?
Yeah.
God, no.
Okay.
This looks like a horrible death trap hallway.
Delbert, are you stepping through that door? Or Fred?
Not yet.
Who would put a hallway between two rooms like this that's super hard locked up without other like horrible things? There's nothing in this hallway. It looks like if I would want to put like blades and spikes and stuff, this would be the place to do it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We could send Scooby. Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
I mean, we could send Scooby, or Velma and I could just go take a look down this hallway and like figure out if there is horrible death things in there, because she's got those big bulgy gnome eyes that pick up things really well.
You're right. That's a good idea.
All right, so you've done your investigations. They checked things out. They've opened up the locks. I'm going to just put you guys at about the same point in the time frame. So I will say this, seriously, Delbert and Penny, you open the door and there's not been traffic in this corridor. All right, so there's some dust on the floor. You're seeing no tracks at all, and it feels creepy. It's the only way I can describe it. You get a general sense of unease, almost like somebody is watching you. And there's the faintest whiff of sulfur in the air.
Any, besides like an obvious source of sulfur, any, Delbert, you know anything that could like you smelling that like whiff of the sulfur? Like what could be making it smell like that? Because I don't see any sources of sulfur in here. There's no like rotten eggs or nothing in the corner.
Fred, do you have knowledge supernatural? I know you had a guest episode.
I do have history and arcana.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
I'd like to point out that I put my message in Twitch before you mentioned the show.
Oh, all right. Delbert, you're fairly certain that in certain serial theatrical performances that you've been exposed to at different points in Blackmoor, that sulfur indicates the presence of perhaps demonic activity.
It's got to be a lightning demon.
All right. Penny, what are you doing?
Is he
sulfur-
actually being serious about a lightning demon?
Sulfur with little hints of ozone. You smell it?
Sure.
Yeah, I think you're just making stuff up again, Fred.
All right, you got me. But it does smell like sulfur, and that's usually demons.
Okay. I mean, I can buy that. Genevieve, you want to come look at this like horrible, creepy corridor that's probably filled with death and traps and mechanical arcane science?
Or
mean-
sulfur. I mean, it could just be sulfur.
Yikes, Scoob! We don't want to be involved in that.
There's probably arcane science over here, if I had to guess, you know.
Well, I mean, I'll check it out. I mean, it's worthy of research. I may delay that research into something else.
Hold it. The two of you exited through that door, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Which door would you like to come back through? You have Scooby-Doo in effect right now.
Oh, the one at the end of the corridor that they're looking at?
All right. Show me which door. All right. So you both, if you both would like to step out there, you may.
And when I step out, I'm going to use my divine sense in the corridor.
Oh, hell yeah. As a matter of fact, both of you need to make a fear saving throw right now.
Yoinks! No, that's your word.
Yes! Inspiration for the Zoinks. Bravo!
And catapult emanates a ruh-roh.
What did you want? A will save.
Yes. Save versus fear, both of you.
Okay.
Jenna, Bink, you are running. Idris, actually, you don't have to make your saves in the tower. I appreciate it. You hold your ground. All right, you're a bit queasy. Jenna, Bink, excuse me, Velma.
Must have been all those Scooby snacks.
You and Scooby.
Just me.
Chase music.
Catapult will stay where he's at.
Oh, all right.
Scooby will stay where he's at. Velma
that makes
starts
sense.
running toward Daphne.
Scooby will stay with Shaggy. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
All right. We have another 2 minutes of Scooby-Doo effect, and then I'm pulling it, just so we're all clear. All right. Are you using your divine sense, Shaggy?
Yeah, I burned it there.
Yeah, there is absolutely on the other side of that door. There is an infernal presence.
As Jen and Binks, or as Velma runs by, creepers.
We now know that there are no traps in the hallway.
We do. Velma, there's a face directly in front of you. All right. And it's coated in gold. And it has long, sharp, pointed teeth. And it steps forward, and its teeth close around your face and pass through. And you feel your face tear away as you step back. And you have to run. And it takes you to get out of this corridor before you realize that you can still see again and you haven't lost your face.
I need my face for arcane science. I need my face for arcane science. No, you can't take my face. I need it for arcane science.
Now, Shaggy, you made your saving throw, but that doesn't mean that it's pleasant here. All right. You feel something next to you. All right. You hear voices and you can't really make sense of them, but all right, so there are things around you, and you see it's evil. It's extraplanar evil all around you right now. You've identified it. What would you like to do?
I mean, the only thing we can do, open the door.
Would Shaggy be Shaggy if he didn't do things like that for me?
Come on, join Shaggy and the crew. Daphne, Velma, Fred too. You know, when the ghouls and ghosts attack, Scooby's gonna eat a Scooby snack. Crack that bad boy open. Holy shit! Back it up, son.
All right, you pop the door
Found
open.
the glory hole.
Oh,
Yeah. That's a 24-hour attunement, you know, like I told you.
I don't remember that episode from Scooby-Doo.
That's the NC.
All right,
You know.
we have reached a point where we have a Scooby-ectomy. Everybody de-Scoobify yourself. And we'll go back to being our characters. And we are good. So you pop the door open, and you look in there, and you see it's almost like it's organically grown, and it's a big, thick, ugly, horrible smell. Thick sulfur, and you can see sort of a yellow mist sort of pouring out of it, and you hear screams from down in the bottom of it. What do you do? Unmute.
I'm gonna look down and see what 120 feet of magical dark vision will give me.
You look down the hole, and you see, as you're looking, you can see it looks more like meat than rock, or maybe it's rock that was meat. You're not quite totally certain, but as you look down the hole, go ahead and give me a Constitution save. Would you like to
I'm putting the inspiration and the hero point on this one.
drop that bad boy?
Let me get all the stops pulled out here.
And you can drop. You don't have to drop it in the tower.
Oh yeah, because that's how Fantasy Grounds is gonna get you. You said Constitution, right?
Yep.
And then it's a D6. Okay, so Constitution save. Blam, totally worth the spend, even though it's that high.
Yeah.
Bam.
All right. So it's almost like your eyes want to get ripped out of your skull, okay? You feel them become bloodshot, your vision dilates, and you can feel them getting pulled down into the tube, and you step back, putting your hands on your eyes, and you stagger away from it, and give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Heck yeah. ADV in the DMV. Where's Arcana? Boom. With the dice and the DMZ.
You don't know what it is, but it's absolutely terrifying. You were looking into the pit.
I do know how to find out. And I don't look back down, but I step out and I take my water skin out and I drop it down there and I say, water go down the hole. I step back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, you drop it and it's gone. And you are really having a hard time seeing. All right. It feels like your eyes almost got ripped out of your head.
And as I step back, I'm going to close the door and turn around to them, and I'm going to be like, woo! Do not go in there! And then walk down the hallway.
Do you share your experiences with your friends?
Oh, yeah.
Please do so.
I was like, look, there's a big old hole down there. It's like staring straight into the depths of hell, wanting to rip my eyes out of my sockets, but I got it together. I panicked, but I got it together. And I suggest we don't go in there.
Jenabink, Delbert, you may make Arcana checks.
I wonder if this was actually a portal to
you
hell.
When you get in those situations where you're worried about what's going to happen, just short, shallow, rapid breaths and panic is usually the best solution.
I found that nose-toes, oxygen-rich environment is helpful.
The consensus is that was probably a portal into the abyss.
Well, I know where I'm going to vacation next week.
Well,
So maybe there's a reason why this door was locked.
Jenabink,
dump Ratman down here until the cows come home.
the other thing that occurs to you, Jenabink, is the constructs that you were looking at were powered. Each one of them was powered by an infernal source. And you identified that when you tore apart the last one. So perhaps this is where they extract the demons that they use to embed in the constructs.
Oh my gosh, we can use this as a garbage compactor.
Idris, I know you do the praying to a deity thing, like the Hirsch thing. Is there some way for you to, like, prevent them from coming back? This isn't exactly an arcane science.
Yes, there is, but I'm going to
do
need
that.
I'm going to need that whole ruby from you guys. And all we have to do is throw it into the hole.
I don't
we'll be
think,
fine. We'll be
I don't
protected.
think that works that way.
Pretty sure that's how it works.
Nope.
Would
You
anybody?
take something of great value and you purposefully get rid of it so that your own blessings will be showered down upon you.
I mean,
because your greed will consume you.
I mean,
You
the
need
most
to set
valuable
free.
thing that you have where you could be doing that is obviously the sword in your hands.
I am not allowed. I'm supposed to pass it on as I agreed to earlier.
Well, I mean, that is the most valuable thing we have right now. It's like an artifact or something, right? So I think if you threw that down there, you would be doing your god a service, right? What's more important, your god or your bond,
PJ, this is absolutely part of the liturgy of Hirsch as you and I have defined it, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah. So
It's
Penny,
in the book.
right? Penny, your insight check is he's advocating to make a formal sacrifice to his god. He's not trying to just scam you to get the gem.
Well, you obviously...
Yeah, I'm not down for that either.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going back in there. Look, I'm chucking my chainmail in there.
I think if you want to make a sacrifice, maybe not to like the whatever evil demon devil thing is in there is probably not the best source to your god.
Have we recalled Scooby? I mean, have we recalled Catapult yet?
No, I think Catapult is still hanging out there waiting for badness. He's like the plug in the hallway in case Idris goes.
Roger that. Idris, are you going to go back down the hallway?
You need some good stuff. I gotta make some sacrifices here.
Saving throw,
That
please.
sounds like a terrible plan.
That's no problem. Here you go. Burn another inspiration. Throw another die at it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, you can't do it. You go to walk down the hallway and you're terrified. You can't do it.
I'm gonna see if I can throw the chainmail from here.
No, I mean, you go back down the hallway and you turn around and you take 2 steps forward. All right. Now, did you make a will save?
Same bonus.
Okay.
You said it was will or
It was Constitution looking down the hole.
same. They're the same.
All right. So you can't do it. You go to step forward down the hallway and you can't do it. All right. As a matter of fact, you have the memory of your eyes almost getting ripped out of your skull. All right. And you just can't do it. So, unless you were to sacrifice the blood of innocence in a formal way, and then maybe you could.
Unfortunately, none of my party members are innocent at this point in time
Sure.
after what's happened, so that's off the table.
Maybe Penny should just lock the door and we'll forget that this exists.
Yeah, like, is there a way we can like permanently lock this door or something? Double, you got any like magic that locks this or something?
Wouldn't that be nice? No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can just like lock it. Maybe bring Catapult back in, and then I'll relock it.
I recall Catapult, and yes.
I will relock the door.
Okay. You were able to lock the door.
Maybe let's forget this place ever exists. Okay, I'm gonna go down here now to like this forge thing and take a look at it. Oh, by the way, there was like a forge thing down here. We probably should have told you about that before, Jen. I think it's something that probably would have.
That okay, yes. Genevieve will go look toward the forge. Jordy.
All right.
Forge. Is it my turn to trigger a fight because I went somewhere dumb?
Hell yeah, you ready for those chains to come at us?
Sacrifice of the ruby to Hirsch. Never heard of such nonsense.
All right, so there are scraps of what looks like a construct that's been cannibalized and torn apart, smaller scale. There's those chains laying out there in bits and pieces, and they're actually laid over a crack in the floor, and the exact pattern of it. And then you see another assembly is the best way to describe it. And this one's had work done on it. You can see that there's been bits and pieces, assembled to it, put on it. So
It's okay, Catapult. It's okay. I'll protect you from this kind of abomination. I won't do this to you. This is horrible. Looks like a Department of Defense user interface. I'm gonna kind of take a. So these are the doors closed, locked? What are they? These two doors down here.
they're locked.
They're locked. Okay. Penny, the doors are locked. I'm going to keep looking at these abomination thingies.
Okay. You want to take a look at the locked doors with me to make sure there's no like mechanical stabby things?
Oh, right. I do that thing for you. Sure. Okay. So I will first
Not
investigate the
for me,
doors.
for us, It could also open up a pit that cuts off your head or something,
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
You guys are searching this room, right?
Yes. And making sure the door is not locked.
Or trapped. This is what you meant.
Yes, trapped. Thank you.
Jedabink, you find a really nice screwdriver.
Like, how nice?
Really nice.
Like Sonic?
Yeah, I'm going to...
Sonic screwdriver.
It's a sonic screwdriver. I'm going to take that, and I'm actually going to detect magic while I'm in these rooms because I'm kind of curious if it's a magic screwdriver. I've heard rumor of these.
It is a magic screwdriver.
Jedabink, so Penny, you're doing things, looking at the door, and all of a sudden you hear behind you.
Are you broken? What happened to your voice?
All-purpose tool. It's a and she just keeps pointing at this thing in her hand, and you're like, what the?
Okay.
It makes everything better. It just makes everything better. This is mine now. I know that no, this is mine now. Okay, what else were we doing?
You were looking at this door.
So
okay.
The doors are locked and secured. You see that sitting next to you, right next to Penny. Looks like it's liquid copper, but it's not hot. And there's some glass rods sitting next to it.
I'm going to find a spare scrap of metal around and dip it in. Yeah, there's plenty of that, I'm sure.
Right.
I'm going to dip that into the liquid copper-ish thing.
You dip it into it and you pull it back off, and it just sort of flows off of it.
And there's nothing left on it.
Yeah, there's nothing left on it. So. Now there's two glass rods set in clips to the to the right and left also, and right next to the.
Can I roll something to try to figure out what this is?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check. Go ahead.
Okay. Is it Arcana or is it more like Tinker Tools?
You could use Tinker Tools. That would work too.
Okay.
You should probably see what the glass rods do when you insert it into it. Clearly, they're part of the assembly.
I do so. I lower the glass rods in and see what happens.
You pull them out, and it forms a wire.
A copper wire?
Yeah, a wire strings off of it, and it's attached to it. And it holds its shape. Now, you have to think a little bit about it. Which incarnation of the Doctor is Jedabink?
Excuse me?
Which incarnation of the Doctor is Jenna Bink?
I think she has to be the only female one. I mean,
Very good. So
There are actually two.
now that you're saying this, you
Yes,
think
that's true. You could be
okay, the
Doctor's
first
daughter.
one. Oh no, they're just the original female Doctor. Thank you.
you think you can lay down copper wire with this thing?
Oh, that's
You can
Jenna
just,
makes that sound again, Penny.
You know how much money we could make by sacrificing this to Hirsch?
Are you broken? Why do you keep making weird noises?
No, but this makes wire. This makes like an infinite amount of copper wire. Do you know how one expensive copper wire is? I've heard of people just like disassembling houses to get to copper wire, and two,
Why would
it's
there be
infinite.
copper wire in houses?
Gnomes.
Oh, okay, that doesn't really make sense, but I'll take your word for it.
It does if you're a gnome.
All right, cool. So you found a thing that makes copper wires. What about a thing that looks at this door? Did you find one of those? Because I seem to have misplaced that.
So did I find any traps on the door within?
no,
No.
these just look like they're locked, and they're locked very well.
They're just locked. I'm sure that your nice steady hands can take care of that, Penny.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the same lock they put on like all these doors, which are really nice, by the way. We should figure out a way to like take those out when we're leaving here.
Andrew's actually curious. He's going to take one of his glass vials and try the same thing with that copper.
All right, what are y'all going to do here?
I'm attempting to unlock that door to the south.
I will monitor Penny as she does so.
You can just unlock this door. It unlocks on this side.
Okay. In which case, I will crack the door open and take a peek while stealthing.
Okay.
I'll give you a stealth check.
All right. You've been quieter. All right. You scuff your boots and the door makes some noise, but you look out in here and it's four doors directly opposite on the wall opposite to you, and then two doors on either end.
All right. Is it dark in this hallway?
It is, yeah.
I will investigate the hallway as I slip in with my stealthiness.
Very good. Go ahead and make an investigation check. You go up and down the length of this hallway. These doors are not locked.
All right. I'm going to check here because I think this maybe connects with other stuff. But maybe if you guys want to, there's doors and stuff in here. And I'll attempt to open this door.
Which one?
The one to the east.
All right. So, all right. You open it up, and you're being stealthy, right?
Correct.
Okay. You open it up a crack, and you can see the body of a rat man directly in front of you. Looks like his throat's been ripped out.
Do I see anything else?
Nope, not with the door just opened a crack.
I'll attempt to peek my head and look down the hallway to the south, I guess. If it opens, which way does it open? To the left or to the right? Or north or south?
Opens, you would be able to look to the north easily.
Okay, so I'll peek in and look to the north.
No stunning surprise. Seems to link up to the place you were in.
I will pull out my mirror. I think I have one of those.
The mirrors work when there's no light.
Why
With
wouldn't
dark-
they? There's dark vision. We would
with
just
dark
get no
vision.
color.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just esoteric question. I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to think on that.
Okay. Well, I will peek down the hallway then.
All right. So you peek down the hallway, and there is a wall ending there, and there seems to be doors that probably link up with that long series of supply rooms that you saw.
Any other dead ratmen or anything?
Yeah, there's 4 dead rat men in the hall, and it looks like either a ghoul or a ghast that's been pinned to the floor with a spear.
And nothing else? Just the 5 dead bodies?
Yep.
Okay, I will investigate the dead bodies and see if they have anything of potential value.
Um, your guess is, and it's professional, you have respect for these guys, right? That the rat men probably won the fight and stripped the gear off their fallen.
Okay, makes sense. All right, I will check this. Does it look like there is actually? While I'm in that hallway, I will give you a survival check, and you can just add 2, I guess, if they're humanoids. But to see if it looks like where they were egressing to or from.
Looks like this door, you can see that there's a blood trail.
Okay.
Probably, you can just see somebody was wounded and walked through it so you can see that they've gone through that door.
Looks like they moved. I'll actually come back over to the door, so I'm not shouting at them. It looks like they may have moved like south, and I'll point to like the doors, the 2 doors next to us. In that general direction, like the rat people, they got into looks like a little scuffle with somebody undead. I'm going to check out these doors and see if there's any like people or rat things or undead in there.
So you want to just go one right after the other?
Sure.
I'm going to step into the hallway while she's doing that in order to make sure that, if something pops out, someone is there.
Do so.
And I'll open up this first door.
All right.
Oh, wait, should I do that thing I do?
The not talking thing while I'm looking at doors? Yes, you should.
No, the trap thing.
Oh, yeah, you should probably do that too. But it looked like the room was clean. I just did a cursory look. Holy shit.
Packed with boxes. Packed. Floor to ceiling.
We'll come take a look at that later. I'm sure it has nothing to do with arcane science.
That's not entirely true, but I agree with you that later is okay. I will use my investigation to search the next door for traps before she starts on it.
Roll it. Looks fine.
Okay. I will step aside and allow her to continue on her life then.
Penny is also realizing that being the only person in this group that speaks sign language is a detriment, and she needs to teach these people. I will open this door.
Stuff has been wrecked in here.
Are those arches or doors, or what are those to the east and west?
Those are all doors.
Okay, are they open or closed?
They're all closed.
I'll move in here stealthily and attempt to give you another survival check to see if anybody has passed through here.
Go ahead and roll. You've lost the track, probably because of all the debris. When you come down to here, you can see these areas have been ransacked. Let's see, and there's a door directly in front of you also. This seems to be secured.
Okay. The door to the south is secured, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will investigate that door.
Go right ahead. Looks fine.
Does it appear to be locked?
It does, yes.
I'll attempt to unlock it.
This one you couldn't get. You're going to have to smash it.
Genevieve, do you want to try unlocking this with me or something?
Are your hands shaking again?
No, not shaking. Just this lock appears to be different than the others.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I will attempt to do the lock. I will attempt to do the lock.
No way.
No way.
No way, yeah. So it actually looks like the same sort of lock. It's just been tricky. Must have some corrosion or something in it.
I'm going to move to this door out here and attempt to unlock this door and see if it's any easier.
All right, go right ahead. Damn it! No.
No? Okay. Yeah, these doors are...
Should I percussive maintenance it?
that might be loud. Let's check out what leads to these rooms and stuff before we do that.
Okay.
I'm going to move to this door over here and see if it's locked or trapped. Attempt to investigate.
Actually open.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will stealthily move up to that door. I'll give you another stealth check if you want.
That's what you can see looking out at if you don't stick your head up. There's a locked double doors down to the south of you. And you can see a huge fight happened here. Huge fight. Bodies everywhere. Look up the hallway.
Bodies have also been stripped like before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's professional. No doubt about it.
At least it lets me know who won.
And gas and ghouls, couple zombies, and there are about 11 dead rat men here. Different sizes, slightly different builds.
I'll move back to these doors.
Okay.
Is that door open actually as I pass it by?
That one's actually locked.
Okay. And the double doors to the south, were they open as I pass by them?
These down here are closed but not locked. Down
Okay.
here, right?
I will check these doors then and see what's going on in here.
Those were not locked. So let me get you. And you pop this open. And that's a nice little workroom from what you can tell.
Okay. Jenna Bank, you may want to look at this room over here, and then I'll open this door.
I will look up the nice little workroom.
It's a nice little workroom. It's set up for one person to work in directly. And there is what looks like one of those assemblies, right? You know, the little furnaces you found inside of the abominations. Looks like one of them is being worked on here.
And I'll check out this door as well. And room.
All right. It's not locked, and I'm assuming you checked it for traps. I'm not going to hack your roll here. And it's another just packed with boxes, floor to ceiling packed with boxes.
All right. I'll go back down here. You said these were unlocked, the double doors?
Those are, yes, those are facing out.
Okay. I will attempt to crack open very stealthily and peek inside.
Somebody was using this as a base of operations. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure.
Smells like orc.
So bad. I'll do a survival check as well in here and see if it looks like the fight spread to here, or if there's been movement through here.
As you step in, you can see gobbets of meat and cracked bone. Looks like probably something was ripped apart in here. And from the looks of the bones were chewed on, broken into splinters, joints. So there's somebody was completely devoured and only bone fragments left.
Okay. I'll check out both these doors here and see if either are locked or trapped. I'll give you an investigation.
This one is an archway. The one to the south, the double door to the south, is an archway, and you can see directly into this room. It's been trashed. And that door appears to be the one directly in front of you is locked.
Okay. I'll attempt to make it not locked.
Yeah, you're able to pop this one open.
Okay. I will crack it and peek inside.
You see a bunch of barrels. Some broken ones.
Is there anything else in this room, it looks like? Or?
It's much bigger than you see initially, just peeking through.
Okay, I'll move into it stealthily. I don't know if you want me to reroll the stealth.
Whole bunch of big barrels and tons, sort of thing you'd store oil in, wine in.
Okay. And I see 3 more doors, right? Looks like.
Yeah.
All right. I will stealthily move up to this door and see if it is locked or trapped.
That door is actually looks
Okay.
fine. Looks fine, and it's open.
I will peek inside. No. What about these doors to the north then?
So there is laying in here. Looks like 3 ghouls died in here, and they tore apart a group of rat men. So they must have jumped them in here and got them tied up in close quarters. So more
And
bodies.
That hallway?
Yeah,
Okay. And all stripped as well? So Ratman 1?
yeah.
Okay. This door to the north, anything? Locked or trapped?
Nope. Looks fine.
Okay. Is it? I will open it then,
You're able to.
and I will peek inside stealthily.
You can see the double doors. Those double doors probably lead back into the main forge area, and this looks to be another workshop.
I'll move into the workshop and take a look inside.
Okay. Looking over here, you can see there's some barrels, some shelving, and there looks to be almost a setup with some bottles, maybe a burner, sink. So there's like a alchemical setup over here also as you peek in. And as you look in the other direction, got to sync this up for the folks out in chat, unfortunately. All right. So look out here in the other direction. Looking for the wall. Make certain that there is a wall here. That is not. That opens up, I believe. Oh, nope. There's a wall right there. Sorry about that. So this has a work area and a table. In the next room over, you can't see.
Okay. I will move back down to Genebink in the group and relay everything I just saw, including the workshop, and that we can check out these rooms up here if they want to move up with the dead bodies and see what's in these doors.
All right. I'm just going to reveal them for you guys because I assume you're making the same series. Oops, sorry, Jen. Same series of chests you were doing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, some of them are packed with a whole bunch of different boxes and crates, and some of them are smaller amounts of stuff, a few open crates. And you can see wood's been stacked over the corner as the crates have been broken down.
All right. I think we can successfully percussive maintenance the door in a quiet-like fashion, maybe, down to the south. We should be far enough away from anything hearing us.
I will return to do percussive maintenance.
Knock the door down. You're just going to bash on it till you take it out, right?
Yeah, with my warhammer, and I'll put down the shield to do it two-handed, so it'll take less time.
All right.
Should someone stand at the other door just in case?
Go ahead.
Oh.
And Delbert's on guard down here. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
All right. You're able to bust it open, and it's another floor-to-ceiling room filled with crates.
So gotta get to play Living Accountant after this episode.
So Tad, I'm going to, now that we've, is there another door in this room, or is there only one from the hallway?
It's out in the hallway.
All right, I will also percussive maintenance that door.
Oh, why don't you see if you can unlock it first? Because
Oh, go ahead. You haven't tried that one?
Sure. Go ahead, Fantasy Grounds. Give me a 20 now.
You pop that door right open.
I loosened the
Yeah. Uh-huh.
bolus in there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm now going to throw on detect magic,
Okay.
and I'm going to quickly walk through all the rooms that had boxes to try to see if there's anything magic in the boxes. So I'm not really spending much time in any one place. I'm just looking for glows.
So, give me a perception check. Give me 3 of them, actually.
All right. 2, and 3.
All right. Okay. Up in here, you see that there is a glow underneath what is clearly an alchemical set.
Okay, I will investigate glow further.
All right, go right ahead. You pull it open, and there are a series of bottles sitting underneath there. Some of which, as you look at them, are things like Greek fire, and others that are potions of some sort. You were almost certain. Looks like there are 5 potions total.
Okay, I will gather up the box. You said they're all in a box, right?
No, they're just standing loose. But
They're standing loose. I will gather them up and I will take them back to the party, specifically Delbert. So Penny, I found these things and they make fire when you throw them. I thought you might like them. And Delbert, I found these things and they're clearly magical. I thought between the two of us, we could figure out what they are.
Okay.
So
they're like magic. So the fiery things, are they like the gooey stuff with the fire inside that you throw and it hits and it makes things catch on fire?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they do that thing. And Delbert, I think it's better if you do the identification. I can do it, but then it's one less thing that I can do today. Whereas I think you can do the sit down and think about it really hard thing.
Yeah. Then I shall do exactly that. I'll grab it, take it to the workshop, and start identifying.
You will be able to do this. You have a potion of climbing there, a potion of cold resistance, potion of greater healing, a potion of healing, and an actual potion of poison, which is pretty high test potion. And you actually think that the potion of poison might be something that went bad.
Okay.
They should be identified, and you can take a look at them on the party sheet also.
All right, so we have potion of poison. Don't drink that one. We've got one of climbing, one of cold resistance, greater healing, and healing.
The potion of poison, I don't think is identified. It just says potion.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Go ahead.
Considering how we've been lately, I think maybe Idris should take the really good potion of healing.
That's probably a good idea. He has gotten hit in the face a lot by undead things.
But still managed to stand up.
The good news is, if they do kill you, you will probably stand up again.
That's the plan, in one form or another.
Do we want to go check out like the other areas with the undead and the stuff to the south and the west that we skipped, like that area?
I feel like we need to clean the place out.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I kind of love the fact that the undead are running around murdering everything in here that are like not our allies, that we probably need to stop them because they're just going to keep making more and stuff.
Hey, question. You when you were cleaning everything out, Jen, did you took all the books? You take all the scrolls too?
I would have made sure I pointed them out to Delbert. I wouldn't have necessarily taken them.
All right.
I mean, what was on the scrolls? Because I would have looked at all of it. Is it magical scrolls? Because I would have known. I would have known what they were, but I would have known they were magical.
A lot were, but they're. All right, so you used to detect magic up in there, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Okay, that's on me then. There's a book that's magical, and there's 4 scrolls that are clearly magical.
Oh, then Delbert would have gotten them when he was up there.
All right.
Then I would definitely take the time to identify those as well.
All right. So you have a scroll of a spell called Biting Blade.
Okay.
A scroll of a spell called Elemental Weapon. A scroll for Flame Arrows. A scroll for Summon Fiends. And holy shit, you have a manual that you think will let you make a Clockwork Soldier.
Wow.
That we should definitely burn and give up blessings to Urshan. I'm sure we would get so many things in return. Giving up that knowledge.
Also,
I need a Clockwork Soldier. Jenna would be so jelly.
Delbert, go ahead and make also an Arcana check as you're going through the books and stuff.
Okay.
I'm so glad that Jenna Bink is a level to aspire to. Just saying. I'm not against doing the ghoul thing, but shouldn't we go back and check out where that chain devil was? Because we never really we kind of ran for our lives, and there might be stuff.
Yeah, that's where all the undead are. That's why I thought we should go back and look at that area to the,
Okay,
west and to the south.
Yeah. You said south, and that's more, west. It's okay.
Yeah, it's southwest
Okay.
from our position.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, if we're going that way, can we look in the big box that nobody looked in when we had the fight?
The big box that nobody looked in.
Yeah, that says 131 on it.
131.
Yeah, way up at the top.
Oh,
To the
yeah. I mean, that's on our way. Kind of. We can also check this room here as well, because we didn't check this out.
All right, very good. Let me get you guys set. So, you are. Go ahead and move your guys where you want your characters to be on the map.
I think we're going
Alright.
to check that 131 box first. So let's go up here.
If you can eat it in one meal, it's not a dog.
Well, this one's like 2 feet long, so it's probably like 2 or 3 meals.
Fair.
The puppy you could probably do in one sitting.
So, all right. You've got, actually, that cart's filled with coal. Absolutely, that cart's filled with coal.
Suck it, Santa.
There is a whole bunch of different spooled wires and bar stock. There's a pile of bits and pieces of scraps. That one of these has been opened up already. All right, and it's about the size, and you look down into it and you can see the sort of the packaging, the shape of that box. Probably there was a Clockwork Soldier in here physically. Are you popping open the next one?
131. I mean, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, I'll take a look at it first. I'll investigate it and all that.
All right, go for it. Oh, it's fine.
I will attempt to. Well, does it look like it just is pried open, or is it locked? Or
There's some latches on the other side of it. They're clasps. You'd have to pop them. If you have, you could do it with your thieves' tools. You could do it with a crowbar. You know how some crates have metal bands that go around them with a specific sort of latch on it? That's what you're dealing with.
it looks like you just pop those latches open and throw the top off that thing, Idris.
Boom, done.
Did you just get dude? So here was your investigation check. All right. And
then I re-roll that.
So that's right. Go ahead, re-roll. It's a 1.
Yeah, come on.
All right,
Get
okay.
a 2.
So there is definitely something funky about this thing when you open it up.
Oh, okay. There's definitely something funky about that. Maybe Genevieve, you want to take a look too, because there's something weird on there.
Okay.
Weird how?
I don't know, just weird. It feels weird.
The contents of it are under pressure. Yeah, Bank, the contents are under pressure. You can see the seal around the outside. If you just popped this open, it probably would have spread Idris all over the wall.
Yeah. So there's a compression factor here, and it's like a pressure cooker pot. And Idris would most likely cause it would be issues. If we insert a small something to try to start to vent off the steam, that might be helpful, like a pan or a.
Do you
That's
have
how
like
my grandmother died making.
Do you have like a drill or something where you could create like a small break in the seal to where the pressure can slowly leak out over time instead of all at once and like a big.
Yeah, I can see what I can do. So
Maybe
I'm.
like
screwdriver.
an all-purpose screwdriver or something that you could.
Oh no, we're not using that for that yet. No. I've got to. I
You
have
could
to.
use it like a crowbar where you just stick it in there and kind of pry a little bit.
No, I have to sleep with this under my pillow tonight. Are you kidding me? No, I will. I will, however, take out some tinkerer tools and try to make this not explode. Bad evil villain.
So Bank, you're at the point where your toolkit can be used for anything, right?
Correct.
All right, so she unrolls her Artificer's Toolkit, and this is the craziest combination of tools you have ever seen. All right, so there's, one of those crank screws where you can use that. There's files, there's wedges, there's, a whole bunch of different hammers. There's a whole bunch of real fine, like thieves' tools. She has the most bizarre collection of tools that you have ever freaking seen. All right, go ahead.
I back up to that location, by the way.
All right, Bank. Go ahead, make your roll.
Someone's going to be visiting the egg.
Would you would you like to use a hero point?
Sure.
Oh, this is going to be epic.
This is gonna be great. What is every episode beginning?
Oh, I
end
feel
with
like that's a
epic?
by one number that we got there.
No, I think it's more than that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Bank, you actually need to give me a dexterity saving throw. My 3.5 kicked in. Would you like to use inspiration?
Yeah, I'm going to use inspiration on this.
All right, very good.
And catapult will as well. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's okay. Ignore that. That's not the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing. There we go.
All right. Excellent.
And catapult as well.
Roll for catapult.
I'm assuming.
Please. Yes.
He's not using inspiration because he's a cat. He probably
And
should
he
have.
died.
And he dies. But that's okay. It's catapult. I mean, let's be realistic here.
Okay.
So what happens, Tad?
Ball of acidic flame detonates in 10 feet around it. It is 26 hit points of damage to him, 13 hit points to you, and it is charring you.
What action can I take to negate this?
Go ahead and give me an arcane science check. You're going to need alcohol to neutralize the acid, or it's going to destroy your armor and potentially eat catapult.
And I'm fresh out.
Do I remember any alcohol being anywhere within the alchemical station type stuff that I saw?
You don't, but you would be absolutely totally surprised if your colleagues did not have some booze. Actually, yes, there was alcohol. There was alcohol at the alchemical station. There was.
All right, I start running back to the alchemical station.
We do.
Yeah. Wait,
I'm
you
going
have
to look in the
alcohol on
box, actually.
You have alcohol on you, Dilbert?
I do.
Oh, you have alcohol? Oh, yeah. Oh, that. Douse.
You,
All right.
Jenna Binker catapult.
In fact, I have two.
Safe catapult. Douse catapult with alcohol. I start running back toward the alchemist station because there's probably not going to be enough alcohol for both of us. Unless Delbert somehow got a freaking everlasting whatever.
I'll douse him.
All right, so you're running back to the alchemical station. You're going to grab alcohol and you're going to pour it on yourself, right? You're going to douse yourself,
Correct.
right?
Don't waste the dwarven scotch like that, Delbert.
Oh, that's just rum.
Make a Jettabink, I need you to make a tinker tool roll. That's the closest I can come up with here.
All right.
No way I will pour the scotch.
Okay. You are going to have to repair this armor, but it doesn't completely disintegrate. All right.
Okay.
It's going to require either, some mending or, you work in a forge to fix it.
Okay.
All right.
I will most likely end up casting mending on it, but I'm going to head back to the group first.
Okay.
That's how my grandmother died in a cooking accident.
So what ends up happening for Catapult is Catapult would take damage every round, but you're able to neutralize it, and then you're going to cast Mending on him, correct?
Yeah.
All right, So you're able to do that. Jenna almost lost her armor. All right. And Catapult was literally melting.
Is there any residual acid or stuff to be?
Are you actually expect me to leave something useful for you?
Well, next time we find one of these boxes, we're going to kick it into the enemy area and blow that shit up.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
So no, go ahead and do an investigation, Matt.
sure.
Look for xenomorphs. Come on, Ripley.
How are you going to try and pick it up?
So this container was made of what?
Looks like it was lined with glass.
I will see if there's any sheets of glass or anything that I can, or a glass vial, actually. If there's any glass vials, any of the things that I can collect it with. Any of the workshop rooms.
So
I can give you one.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of empty potion bottles on me, so.
yeah. Actually, I have vials of poison too, but I really don't want to dump them out.
No, I have empty potions that I drank. You can use
Oh,
those. I'll give
okay,
those.
yeah. Actually, that'd be great.
I have a greater one. I've got a small one I've drunk.
All right. What you all can do, is the acid sort of boiling here, all right, and it's going to a gaseous state as it boils off, right? It's going to run for a period of rounds. So what you can probably do is, how many vials do you have?
I have the one greater and the one regular potion.
So you got 2 glass vials on you handy right now. You'll be able to get 2 vials of this, no problem at all. All right.
I mean,
What, they just function like a regular
And the
vial?
flask run, so you can get 3 vials of this, no problem at all.
They
And
just
the
function
potion
like a
from-
regular.
And the potion bottle from the giant strength.
Oh, there you go. So you can get 4. Standing right here going after it, that's probably all you can get that you can dip out. And where you're actually getting it from is out of the case, because the stuff on the floor is like a film on the floor, right? And it's making the soles of your boots gummy as it disintegrates them. All right. But you can get, now, Matt, what I need you to do, all right, is I'm just going to have you do it once. But I want you to make a dex check, not a dexterity save, and this is to keep from burning your hands.
In the tower, or
You can make it open.
okay. I will use a hero point on this.
All right, that's an excellent use of a hero point. Okay, I was only going to cause it a 12, so you got to a 13, so you're good. So you're able to scoop this stuff up without burning your hands and taking damage on your hands.
Okay. And that's what, 4 vials of acid, like just per the PHB acid, or
No, this is funky acid. I didn't think you guys were going to try and scoop it up, so I'll build it as an item and throw it in your
Old
inventory.
school Ghetto Hawk players.
It was.
man, yeah. you see like crazy death trap things, and you're like, can I have that?
Can I have some of it?
See, I was thinking, man, if we just put a film of glass on the bars to our little sewer grate, and then coat it with the acid, and then put another layer of glass around that, and then anybody tries to break in, they're just gonna melt right there.
Just
Bro,
wait.
that's a war crime.
Just
that's
wait
a
until
war
I
crime.
build beads of nourishment with those. Oh.
Is there anything else inside the thing besides that? After it blew up? Or was it just that acid that was in there?
It was that, it was that, and it was being stored under pressure. And looking at it now, you can see that there's a spigot hidden on the inside that you could have gotten to if you'd removed a plate on the outside, but nobody spotted it.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think that thing was bad.
well, we should probably check these doors down here then, Just-
Yeah.
We're walking.
I will go investigate this door.
Oh, you're going to skip
Have
the
a
ones
few
right here?
minutes to fix my armor and fix his catapult, maybe.
Yeah. We can just wait.
What are you
here for a
wearing?
little bit.
Chainmail?
Scale, I think.
Scale or
More.
breastplate?
While you're fixing him, do you mind if we go look at these doors real quick? I don't think it's going to be anything crazy down here. It's just some doors.
That's fine.
Oh, the
So
ones
I'm
down-
gonna.
okay.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
just gonna-
goddess. I'm going to mend catapult first to take any damage off of him, and then I'm going to mend my armor.
Roger that.
So you'll have to let me know how long that takes.
I've been mending catapult as well, so you can go ahead and roll for.
Okay, so 2 of you are casting mending spells. It'll probably take 5-6 castings. All right, and Jen, you're really going to need to replace this armor at some place. You've mended it, but
And I'll be taking a look at this door down here. These two to see.
yeah, they're you have this door is fine. There's nothing on this door, and it is locked. However,
I will
And-
attempt to open it.
all right, go ahead.
Oh, man, now you've made it to the highest level of gnome status disfigured from like an experiment.
All right. There are a whole bunch of carts in here. One of them is filled with some sort of ore. Might be iron ore, just based on the rust that you're saying. And there are 2 tons of probably lamp oil or lubricating oil based on what you're seeing on them, right? Because wine has a totally different look when it's been sitting for a long time, right? So you'll see like deposits from the wine start to form at the evaporation points. This doesn't have this, but you can see it's kind of got that dark oily sheen on the surface. So to give you an idea how good your investigation check was. All right, you're going to check the next room, or are you going to go in here? What you going to do?
I'm going to check the next room first while they're doing all that.
Go right ahead.
Here's my investigation.
Wow, okay. Everything's good.
All right, I will attempt to open the door then. Is it locked or no?
Yeah, they're locked. Both of these are locked.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think it's locked anymore.
Flawless
You pop it open
victory.
and ooh, tell you what. That is flour. And this probably filled with foodstuffs from what you're seeing, just as you look in. All right. So you see a barrel that's clearly salt pork, right? Labeled right on the side. So there looks to be a ton of foodstuffs in here. Some of it's probably bad. Some of it's probably good.
I think we've covered our requirements with the
friend.
rats.
Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. Maybe you should go tell the rat people that.
Dinner is served.
Yeah, they can just come raid this room if they want.
Got that extra rot that they like it.
Yeah.
We got to do the doors up top.
Well, we probably took a couple minutes here, and I'll investigate both rooms fully. Like, just go through them and see if it is.
Yeah, as you're popping these open, there's a bunch of raw ore here. All right. Actually, I would say knowledge nature would let you have a chance at identifying the ores. That or Arcana, I'll let you make it a choice.
Okay.
They're metal.
This is metal.
It's rocks with rocks made out of metal in them.
She is on the job.
Bauxite, copper. Yeah, that's iron. Yep. So, and that's weird. This is a really bizarre kind of almost shale-like coal. Real oily.
Taking a piece of it.
Okay.
Got to get that out to the Permian Basin
And-
research folks.
There's also a big old spool of rope there.
Okay.
There is.
If we need to get more
Yeah.
rope for stuff, it's probably useful.
Oh, hell yeah. It's 500 feet of hemp rope.
Okay.
Wait, is that a goddamn wheelbarrow?
Yeah, actually.
Hell yeah, son. All right. Note to self. I'm going to write it down.
2 of them.
Even better.
Yeah, we can start wheelbarrowing.
All you need is a Holocaust cloak and a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
If
I can
only-
put the
if only
statue
we
in
had
one
a
and all the black
Holocaust
rocks
quote.
in the other.
Yeah.
So,
About this time, they should probably be done with their mending things, right?
I would
Or
agree.
we'll
And-
wait, whatever.
I'm going to suggest that we actually end the session right here, just based on where we are.
What that really means is that he knows that if we go one more room, we're going to encounter a fight.
You filthy metagamer.
The fight has found us.
I believe Tim said if that happens, that you have to take inspiration points. That was his words, not mine.
So, all right, Tim is right. I'm going to have to do a inspiration ectomy on Jen for her filthy metagaming.
This is Tim's fault, not.
Here, don't
not ours.
worry.
I just want to point out.
Don't worry.
all
I'll help you out next time because you can't take what they don't got.
All right. So let's kind of walk through this. Let's talk a little bit about what you guys feel today, where you kind of are in terms of where you are with the dungeon. Let's sort of just walk through a few things here, and we'll start with Jenabink. How did Jenabink deal with everything today, Jen? What are you worried about? I mean, what's your character's concern? How you feeling?
So she's feeling a little better about the whole control mechanism thing because, to be honest with you, if she repairs it, there's just as much of a possibility that there's going to be demons involved, and she's really not into that, especially after the whole face losing thing. There's a little too much Nicolas Cage going on, as was mentioned. But generally speaking, every care she ever had has been washed away by the fact that she has an all-purpose tool now, and she will be sleeping with that under her pillow tonight, so she can attune to it and use it and just be happy forever. So there's that, and then there's also just the fact that there is so much to investigate here, and while the important stuff is done and she's found the good arcane science corner, she accepts that in order to make the rest of the party happy, she should probably go look at the squishy things like the undead. So she'll appease them.
Excellent. So I really, really appreciated the role playing you did, and everybody did around that today. It was nice work, so thank you. So, Penny, what's up?
Penny's happy that we were able to successfully get Jenabink away from all the contraptions in that room. I figured we were going to lose her for the next 2 to 3 months of potential game time. Just stuck in that room looking at stuff. But we're getting back into moving through the dungeon at kind of an expeditious pace. And I think seeing everything right now, Penny's mildly concerned with potentially how many undead and rat people and orcs are now roaming the halls. Kind of happy that they're kind of murdering each other, but we've seen that things that die tend to come back up under the undead control, and she's probably a little concerned that the more things they kill, maybe the more of them there's going to be. We need to deal with that ASAP.
Roger that. Idris, where are you at?
I only have 2 priorities: getting that black rock out and getting that big ass elf statue mechanical thing out. That's my goals. Regardless of what happens here, those are 2 things that I'm looking to walk out of here with this time. Trophy wife. Second one. Black rock.
Roger that. So, Mr. Galen, as sign of your household, what do you feel today?
Hello, I'm Delbert Galen, and I have been your wizard today. I think that Delbert is happy that he's got this book because Genevieve is really gonna want it, and I'm going to be able to leverage this to motivate Genevieve in some way. I just haven't figured out how yet.
Why? But why?
Oh.
In that, would you do it for a Scooby snack kind of way?
So next week's episode is called Leverage.
We
What
actually.
would you do for an arcane book?
Right? Look, it makes a robot.
That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. We will, let's see. Jen can't be with us next week, folks. So that means we could do any number of things. We could do a flashback episode. We could figure something else out. Or we could take the week off. I kind of hate to lose momentum. I like to always try and do something. And, I think there might be a really interesting episode and a whole bunch of first level characters escaping from an Afridi prison camp.
Oh, retelling the story of Penny, Nickel, and Dime.
That's right.
I'm going to let you guys know, and on a little secret, it didn't go so well for Nickel and Dime.
That's why we're always getting nickel and dime to death, but nobody's paying you to death.
So that's right. So what we're going to do, folks, what we do when our people can't play is we either we'll have a flashback, and we've had flashbacks where we dealt with Idris and his father. We've had flashbacks where we dealt with Jenna Bink really being challenged by growing
Cheating.
up, cheating. Yep, getting busted for a problem she had in an exam with social pressure. I think we did a flashback with Delbert growing up. We did a flashback where we went back to the ancient history, and that's like episode 23 or 4 if you want to look at it, of the dungeon itself. I got to see the elves that everybody's starting to recognize, like the sword, Shia. But what we're going to do this time is in Penny's character background, there was Penny's a war hero, although Penny doesn't perceive herself necessarily in that way. And she helped a whole bunch of Decry and other people escape from an Afridi prison camp. And we're going to go back and we're going to take a look at that with a bunch of first level characters, which will be a shift in power for everybody and super fun and interesting. So, all right, so we will do that next week. I want to thank you all so much for watching the stream. If you would like to, and you haven't, please follow. If you have a Prime subscription and you haven't used it, you can always subscribe using your Prime subscription. You get one free one a month, and we would always appreciate that. And finally, one of the things we do every week is we go raid. We go find another gamer, another streamer who we really like, and we support, and we enjoy, and we go bring everyone over to their game to help them grow their audience. So, thank you so much. Uther once and always. And Jimmy, who are we going to raid?
That's a good question, and I don't see anybody on that. Here. Brotato. Brotato is one of the guys who created
Table Story.
Table Story, yeah.
Which is arguably the best role-playing channel there is from my perspective. If you haven't watched their stuff, it's fantastic. They do really amazing work. And so, we're about to raid. So, yes, PJ, your death will be Oscar worthy.
The best kind. Gonna get nominated. Best actor, best picture. Also best supporting actor at the same time somehow.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Uther once and always.
Thank you. See you next week.
We're clear.
All right. I got to go. I'll be right back.
Booyah, level 1 experts.
Good job, everybody.
Oh my god, I suddenly got so sleepy. Oh, I was dying. I was like, oh god. Let me at least keep my eyes open. I can sleep as long as I keep my eyes open.
You know, if you just melted your face off with some acid, you'd wake right up.
Yeah, that was.
I'm telling you, now you're no longer the most disfigured, Penny.
I mean, I'm sure it's only mild acid burns.
So that was my bladder. Woo!
But that exploded in the last trap there?
Yeah, it did. It did. I all of a sudden really was aware of my bladder. So
That was me, our first break. I was very aware.
all right, so you got some XP coming. Would you like it?
Sure.
Yeah, let's get that level.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell.
Hodl group.
Just remember, Jen, that inspiration that got docked. That's your man right there. That's his doing.
All right.
You are not wrong. It is
Free
my
and
doing.
fair elections.
So you guys cakewalked the elemental, the blood ooze, and you just cakewalked them. I was impressed with how quickly you took them down.
To be fair, double crit happened.
Double crit did happen. Yeah.
Double crit did happen. You deserved
Yeah.
to take them down. I was just like,
Yeah.
XP for everyone. So
Yeah. Double crits normally don't happen, but
And you very nearly killed me.
and you very nearly killed Delbert.
I got like 9 crits in that first combat with you guys in the Abyss.
yeah,
With that pirate
Yeah.
lord.
I very nearly killed Delbert, no doubt about it. That was it was brutal fight. In that I didn't expect you to push forward in the way that you did and trigger stuff, but you know you do have Idris with you.
Hey, when somebody nags you, you gotta just be like, nope, I'm going the other way. She trapped me. She trapped me in that room. I couldn't go back through the double door, so I had to keep pressing forward, yo.
Oh my god.
And it only broke because she broke the mechanism. Let's not forget that.
How close did I come to actual death? Well, I failed 2 out of 3.
You know what?
I still was listening to them.
PJ, I'm not gonna speak for Jen here, but I hate nag as a word because it's so gender based, right? When women, only women get told they nag, and I just don't like it. All right, I'm just saying that. That's me. All right.
Well, we have nag. They have mansplaining. We need something that's gender neutral.
So, I was gonna say be a
Clickety
dick,
clack.
Yeah, I prefer to either badger or she's shrewing you or she's being a harpy. Any of those are way better. Less gender associated.
Shrew is Middle English, and it's a bitch. Taming of the Shrew, right, Shakespeare? All right, yeah. Harpy, not a lot of male harpies out there, right?
That was the
No,
joke,
that's
guys.
because they're harpos.
Harpos, right?
Jen, I really hope your headset has been in for all of this.
I think she said it was.
I have. Don't worry.
What are your
forgot my
opinions
mouse.
on shrew and harpy?
Yeah, what are your pronouns for nagging? We want to know.
Well, I mean, I think of it as more as directed motivation. Just saying.
Why are you trying to slide into these DMs?
Oh, that's
So-
awesome.
I see what you did there.
I'm gonna take off my inspiration because my husband is a douche,
You're
and
welcome.
then I'm gonna go eat because my husband is also amazing and he got me French fries that I wanted. So
He's a strict constructivist.
So, hey, gonna miss you next week, Jen. I hope it will be it'll be a good time now. And Penny's gonna have total plot armor.
And enjoy your avocado toast in California.
thanks. Yeah, my avocado toast with the side of COVID. So
Yes. Mm-hmm.
bye, guys.
Ciao.
Yeah, see ya. Dude, man, that's gonna be cool.
So we're making first level characters.
We are one more game away from the level at this experience rate.
Oh
Oh no, because
No,
we got
no,
to 4,000. That's right.
yeah.
We need another ghoul Satanist chain of events again.
What we need you to do is we need you to run through the entire level.
Got it,
through
I'm on
and
it.
just get everything aggroed, and then
We'll do a
we
train
can
on it.
probably get the XP for it.
Now, if you call that a tad bi, I'm gonna bitch slap you because it's not my fault. I'd have to run 174 fucking units at one time.
No, man, you're the Bob Ross of doors, for Christ's sake.
So
Every
that-
time we
little
open a
doors.
corridor, and I'm like, oh, more happy little doors.
yeah. Looks there's more
Friggin'
to-
warehouse.
Actually,
I
I'm
thought
so
we were
happy
walking
we.
through Costco.
I'm so happy we got rid of that whole section because that was just nonstop doors and stuff.
We have no idea what's in the crates.
No,
Just
we're gonna
that
have
they're
to
not
walk it.
magical.
Yes.
So the thing that I've been doing with the detect magics, right, is you have to make a perception check because there's all this background magical radiation. That's the only thing I've been doing. So, and it's a real easy perception check, but you can miss them. So you can't assume that you didn't see everything, right? When you go through with the detect magic, you can't assume that. So, but most likely because it's a pretty easy magic this perception check, you probably 80-90% okay. But don't assume that just because you didn't see it with the detect magic, there's not stuff.
Oh no, yeah, you gotta go through it. You gotta.
Yeah.
There could be stuff inside those barrels and whatnot. There could be stuff underneath things. Yeah.
PJ, new word to use instead of nag, termagant.
Oh, are you on the old English websites?
Yes, termagant. It's actually
Termagant.
Latin, Italian, and then Old French.
Boom, there we go.
Termagant, a harsh-tempered or overbearing woman.
All right. Stream summary. Which is so not Jen.